Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto x Serenity Yugioh Konoha. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by DEMONZONE2571, link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Hey Earth to Joey, you in there? It's your move. The small group consisting of T. Gardner, Tristan Taylor, Joey Wheeler and Yugi Moto were sitting around Yugi's table one day during school, Joey and Yugi playing a small game of Duel Monsters. Joey grinned and threw down a monster in attack mode. Aw, isn't he cute when he's thinking? Tristan jumped behind Joey. Hey Tristan, Yugi here's teaching me how to play Duel Monsters. Dueling Monsters? Duel Monsters you Nimrod, Joey retorted. Joey's gotten pretty good, but Yugi's like an expert at the game. T said from the sidelines. Pretty good move, huh Yug? Joey said as he played his card. Yep, pretty good. But not as good as Yugi placed a monster with a higher attack on the field. This. Thanks a lot Yug. That takes all of my life points. Man you suck at this game Joey. Tristan commented, making Joey sulk. Nah, I just got better cards. That's all. Yugi said, grinning sheepishly. You see, my grandpa runs a game shop and I get all my best cards from him. You own a game shop? Joey grinned again, wrapping an arm around Yugi's neck and lifting him from the ground. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go after school. Later that day the group burst through the door of a small game shop in the suburbs of Domino City, not too far away from their school. Joey looked at the game shop's name with a critical look. Tristan took notice of his blonde friend. What's the matter Joey? It's just that my sister's boyfriend was going to be here Joey said, making everyone turn to him wide-eyed. Your sister? They yelled. Yeah, I have a sister and she said that her boyfriend would be at this shop Joey said. Yugi then looked at his friend. You know my brother was said to be returning today from his trip to Egypt today Yugi said. Their brother this time it was poor Yugi who got yelled at. Joey them sorted, it can't be coincidence. Well let's go so that I can meet this boyfriend of my sister and this brother of yours, Yug Joey said as he marched into the game shop along with his friends. Hey grandpa, big brother, are you in here? Yugi called. Oh hello there Yugi. They were greeted by a short old man wearing green overalls over a grey button shirt. His grey hair was a similar design like his grandson, but the top was covered by an orange bandana. Oh, and who are your little friends? Solomon asked. These are my friends from school. Joey, Tristan and T. Yugi said as he introduced his friends to his grandfather. Hi. Heya. Nice to meet you sir. Say grandpa, where's Naruto? Wasn't he supposed to be here today? Yugi asked. Solomon then answered Naruto is unpacking his bags and should be the older Moto said until a yellow blur passed by him and tackled young Yugi. Little brother, it's good to see you again, the boy said as it hugged poor Yugi. What Joey and the others found that attacked poor Yugi was a rather tall man, around 6 feet, with unruly blonde hair framing his face and falling just above his shoulders. He was wearing blue jeans, a black long-sleeve shirt with a red vest and a pair of cowboy boots on his feet. He had 3 whisker marks on his cheeks and an eye patch covering his left eye, and he wore a Magatama necklace. The blonde then put Yugi in a chokehold. Yugi, I see you've completed that puzzle grandpa gave you, how come I'm just now knowing about it? The blonde said in a sickly sweet tone that made little Yugi sweat profusely. Well too sorta forgot Yugi stuttered. Naruto then put his knuckles on Yugi's temples and squeezed rather hard. You forgot. I-tai. I'm sorry bro. The boy stated to flap his arms and let little comical tears fall out of his eyes. Yugi's friends sweat drop at how the brothers behaved and wondered if they should help. Naruto then let Yugi go and turned to the group. So, what's with the pep squad? Yugi rubbed his temples to ease the pain. These are my friends T. Gardner, Tristan Taylor and Joey Wheeler. Yugi introduced his friends. Wait, Wheeler as in Joey Wheeler? My girlfriend told me about a Joey Wheeler, so you must be her brother, the blonde said. What? The group yelled. You're my sister's boyfriend. Joey yelled. Of course, we've been going out for about 5 years. We were planning on telling you, but Naruto paused until he reached into his vest pocket and pulled out a small rectangular package addressed to Joey. Here, this will explain what's going on with Serenity, Naruto said as he handed Joey the package. Joey then put the package away from later. Yugi sensed the tense atmosphere and decided to cut the tension. So grandpa, will you please show us your super special card? Special card? Ah, you mean? Well, I don't know. Solomon grinned. Please. Joey clapped his hands in front of his face. Come on Gramps, and besides, Blondie here might be family one day, Naruto said pointing to Joey with a grin on his face. What? Joey yelled. Alright, come here. He motioned them to the counter and pulled out a wooden box with a small flame insignia at the front. He opened it to reveal a dark velvet lining and a card with a white dragon on it. Ladies and gentlemen, the strongest normal dragon card in all of Duel Monsters, the legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon. Whoa. Joey, Yugi and T leaned in, looking at the card. I don't see anything special. Tristan took the card in his hand and twirled it around, making the other three and Solomon gape. Naruto sweat dropped and grabbed it from the kid's hand and gave it back to his grandfather. As Solomon explained how valuable the blue eyes was to him, suddenly the door jingled and a tall 17-year-old kid in a blue uniform walked in with a silver briefcase in his hands. Hey, isn't that Kaiba? Doesn't he have a big fancy company to run? Yeah, what's he doing here? Not that it's any of your business, but I'm here to trade, Kaiba said with a sneer. Wow, you're into Duel Monsters too. That's great, maybe we should all play together sometime. Joey jumped in front of him, getting shoved back by Kaiba. Please, duel you? I'd have more of a challenge going against a dueling monkey, Sito snorted. Dueling monkey? Joey yelled. Now, does this shop have any worthwhile cards or what? He spotted the card in Solomon's hand. What? How does a dump like this have the Blue Eyes White Dragon? His comment made Naruto scowl. Kaiba was by the counter in an instant and reached for the card. Solomon yanked it back away from his hand. Enough with the window shopping. You want something, kid? Naruto said, making his way to his grandfather's side. I want the Blue Eyes card and I'll give you all of these. Kaiba slammed the briefcase in his hand on the counter, making the four friends reel back and opened it, showing some of the rarest card industrial illusions ever produced. Both Naruto and Solomon didn't even flinch. Nope, sorry, Solomon said. Fine, then. Kaiba slammed the case shut. If you won't trade it, maybe you'll sell it. Name your price. I can pay anything. I can't sell this card, it holds precious memories of a dear friend who gave it to me, and besides, I plan to give it to my older grandson, Solomon said as he gave Naruto the blue eyes, making everyone sane. Solomon wide-eyed. Grandfather, are you sure? The blonde asked. Yes, I trust this card to you, and I know that you'll treat this card like you do with all the cards in your deck, Solomon said, making Kaiba seethe knowing that the card was now out of his reach. You'll regret this decision, old man, Kaiba growled and stormed out of the shop. Why didn't you sell the card, old man? Tristan asked, bewildered. That card isn't for sale. If I wanted to get rich, I could have sold it to a vast number of eccentric billionaires like the punk that just walked out. But the fact is that card was given to me by an old friend I met during one of my trips to Egypt. The memories of friends are always more important than money. Solomon said in a sagely tone. You would feel that way even if it was any ordinary card, right, Grandpa? Solomon nodded, ruffling Yugi's hair, while Naruto placed the card into his deck right before hugging both his grandfather and brother. Precisely, now, you kids wanted something? Solomon asked. Yeah, let's trade. Naruto chuckled at Joey's enthusiasm. Alright, the Duel Monsters cards are this way. I'll give you the first 5 for free, and if you need help I'll even help in deck construction, Naruto said, making Solomon smile. Hey, that's great, Joey said. Yeah, maybe now Joey can win a duel, Tristan said, making everyone laugh and Joey to seethe. On his way to his company, Kaiba then called his personal assistant. I want you to go to the game shop and get me a very special order. He said with a smirk. As you wish, Kaiba-sama, the small man with glasses said as he bowed. Next morning, just as the school was closing, Solomon was just getting some coffee for himself and his grandson when 3 men came by, the 2 bigger ones armed with clubs. Good morning, Mr. Moto. My master Sito Kaiba has requested you join him for today for some unfinished business. Oh? Solomon raised an eyebrow, scanning the 3 men, his hand reaching under the counter. And if I should refuse? I am afraid I must insist. The little man's glasses shone with menacingly. The 2 men then ganged up on the old man and then shoved him into a black car before driving away. As this was going on, Naruto was meditating with his cards laid out in front of him and ethereal forms of his monsters around him, and they appeared to be communicating with each other telepathically. Blue Eyes them sensed something, then peered out the window and saw Solomon being kidnapped by several men in black suits. She then warned her master of his grandfather's capture. Naruto then ended his conversation with his monsters and put his deck back together, jumped out of the window and chased after the vehicle. He called his brother to meet him at Kaiba Core because the little shit named Sito Kaiba had kidnapped their grandfather to serve as an example to those who say no to him. A few minutes later, Naruto arrived to Kaiba Corporation and saw Yugi and his friends following close behind Naruto. I got your call and left class as soon as I could, he said as he stopped in front of his brother. Naruto nodded and led his brother and his friends inside. They were met with some resistance but were quickly dispatched by Naruto, Joey and Tristan. When they arrived to the top floor, they found Solomon on the ground. Grandpa. Naruto and Yugi ran to their fallen elder. Naruto, Yugi, I tried to show that brat the heart of the cards, but Solomon said, but was interrupted by Kaiba. The old man lost, preaching such useless nonsense about the heart of the cards. Cards are all about power and nothing else, Sito said with an evil smirk. Naruto stepped away from Yugi and Solomon and angrily stared at Kaiba. How dare you mock my grandfather and his beliefs, he yelled. Then the magatama around his neck started to glow and the symbol of the 6 samurai appeared on his forehead. Then the image of samurai appeared overlapping his figure and merging with the spirit of the samurai. As he did, his posture changed, his only visible eye glowed in emerald green. While under his eye patch crimson light can be seen escaping from the cracks. When the glowing stopped, Naruto was a few inches taller, his hair had grown and now reached the center of his upper back and his blonde hair acquired red-black streaks. He had removed his eye patch revealing a single crimson eye with a slit pupil. His whiskers had darkened. "Iba, you'll pay for what you done to Grandpa," Naruto said with a deep voice. Iba then laughed. "I'd like to see you try trash." Naruto growled at Kaiba's insult, then he noticed Yugi's Millennium Puzzle was emitting a yellow glow, which only Naruto noticed, conveniently enough, and Yugi's back straightened a little, and his eyes narrowed. The mature Yugi looked at his brother. "You wanna take him, brother?" Yugi asked. Naruto then turned to his brother. "Yeah, he insulted not only Grandpa, but what he taught us, so I'll put this fool in his place with this deck," he said as he pulled out his deck from his deck box. Naruto and Kaiba climbed to the top of the strange big machine and laid their decks on the designated areas while Yugi and Joey sat in the stands while both T and Tristan rushed Solomon to the hospital. "Let's duel." The life point counters spun to 2000 and they both drew 5 cards. Naruto 2000. Kaiba 2000. "I'll start things off with the Might Hitatsumi Giant 1200 1000, a part of the machine glowed and a large one-eyed green monster appeared on the field, floating in the air. At this, Naruto raised an eyebrow. "Hologram projections interesting," he said as he looked at his cards. "First I'll active 2 spell cards, 6 Samurai United and Gateway of the 6, he said as he activated his spell cards. "Then I'll summon the 6 Samurais Anji, 1800 1300, in attack mode," he announced as a warrior wearing orange armor and carrying a halberd appeared glaring at the one-eyed monster. "As Anji attack his giant," Naruto commanded. The orange warrior then jumped into action and sliced the giant. Naruto 2000. Kaiba 1400. "Then I'll play 1 card face down and that ends my turn," Naruto said. "Not a bad move, Blondie, for an amateur." Kaiba scowled. "But now I summon Sagi the Dark Clown, 600 1500s in defense mode and end my turn." A very strange looking clown appeared on the field, cackling maniacally. "I'm playing it safe for we, Kaiba. Good thing too," he said as he drew his next card. "I summon the 6 Samurai Uriza, 1500s in attack mode and now that I've summoned 2 6 Samurai monsters, my 6 Samurai United's effect activates, so I send it to the graveyard and draw 2 new card," he announced as he did what the card effect was. "Now I activate Gateway of the 6 and offer 4 counters to search for any 6 Samurai monster in either my deck or graveyard, so I'll search my deck," he said as he searched his deck for what he needed, then shuffled the deck and placed it back. "Now I'll special summon 2 monsters, Go Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, 2100 800 and Great Shogun Shien, 2500 2400, he announced as 2 new monsters entered the fray. "Now I'll activate Uriza's effect and bypass your monster and attack you directly," Naruto announced, making everyone wide-eye. The blue armored warrior then drew his spear and shoot at Kaiba, thus driving the spear into the glass circle. Naruto 2000. Kaiba 400. "Then I'll play 1 card face down and end my turn," the blonde said with a smirk that angered Kaiba to no end. At this point, Kaiba was angry that this nobody had not only forced him to play on the defense, but has a monster that can attack directly. He then drew his next card, then laughed. "You may have forced me to play defensively, but now I'll counter-attack with this. Go Blue Eyes White Dragon, 3000 2500s, he announced as a white dragon with sapphire eyes appeared with a mighty roar. "Attack his blue samurai and end this duel." White lightning attack. The legendary dragon shot its attack until, an. 3000 1000 equals 2000. Instant KO if it were to hit. "Sorry Kaiba, but you activated one of my face down cards. Activate shadow spell." Naruto said as he flipped his trap card, stopping the great creature's attack and incussing it in chains, and lowered its attack points by 700. 3700 equals 2300, Kaiba's blue eyes. Kaiba clenched his teeth in anger. "I end my turn." Naruto then drew and was shocked to see what he had pulled. "Kaiba, I'm sorry, but I'll end this duel with the 1 card that you've tried to take from my grandfather," he said, making Kaiba's eyes widen. "Why, you don't mean?" Kaiba shuddered. "That's right, I summoned Blue Eyes White Dragon, 3000 2500s in attack mode. Ironic, isn't it? The very card you wanted to take from my grandfather, she'll be your greatest downfall," Naruto announced as he summoned his legendary dragon. Kaiba slightly backed away. "No you can't." Naruto stared at him with unnerving eyes. "I can go." Blue Eyes destroy his weakened dragon. White lightning attack. Naruto commanded. The dragon then shot a white beam at the weakened blue eyes, destroying it and taking out the remainder of Kaiba's life points. Naruto 2000, winner. Kaiba 0. How? How could I lose? Kaiba questioned, and then Yugi answered for his brother. You lost because you only depended on the power of your deck. Without faith, you can be victorious, the mature Yugi said. That's impossible, and a load of bull, Kaiba snapped. If you think I'm lying, then open your mind. Mind crushed. Naruto raised his eyebrow at what his brother had just did and saw that Kaiba had fallen to his knees, ignoring the frantic calls of his younger brother Makuba, who had a front row seat to his own brother's defeat. Naruto then gathered his deck, put his eye patch back on and stepped down from the stand and joined his brother and Joey. As he had his way, he reverted back to his original form, as too did Yugi as he rushed to meet his older brother. Whoa bro, that was amazing. Yugi said. Thanks little bro. Come on, let's go see Grandpa, Naruto said, with both Yugi and Joey agreed. The three left to meet up with Tristan and T at the hospital. When they got to the hospital, they were greeted by Tristan and T wheeling Solomon. Naruto and Yugi hugged their grandpa, both happy that he was alright. Chapter 2. A few days have passed since the duel between Seto Kaiba and Naruto Muto. We find Yugi and his friends dueling against each other, mainly Joey against T. Come on Joey, make a move already. Tristan told Joey. Joey growled slightly. Would you be quiet? Naruto rearranged my deck and I didn't have time to learn how to use these cards, Joey said as he finally selected the card he wanted. I summoned Gearfried the Iron Knight 1800-1600 and I giving Joey his Battle City deck, then I'll use the magic card Release Restraint to transform my warrior into his more powerful version. So ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to Gearfried the Swordmaster 2600-2200, and I equipped him with legendary sword, which gives my monster an additional 300 attack points, Joey said. DSM 2600 plus 300 equals 2900. He scoffed. So what? She said. Ah, but because I equipped my monster with legendary sword, his effect kicks in for you. See, when he's equipped with an equip card, he can destroy all monsters on your side of the field, he said with a confident smirk. Wait, what? T said with a shocked look to her face and a surprised look from Tristan and Yugi. Haha, and with a direct attack of my monster your life points hit 0, Joey said with a wide grin. No way, Joey actually won a duel. How well, it isn't raining fire, so this is happening, Tristan said as he looked out the window. Would you shut up? And if it wasn't for Naruto my deck would have blown big time. I gotta give him my thanks, Joey said as he collected his cards. You might wanna take a rain check on that, Joey, Yugi said with a sheepish look. And why's that, Yug? Asked the blonde. My brother went to see Serenity since he only came home to unpack and rest, the multicolored hair boy said. At this Joey was a bit peeved, but nodded. Well, so long as he doesn't hurt her or make her cry, I'll accept him as Serenity's boyfriend, Joey said as he folded his arms and nodded. Wow Joey, that's very mature, review T said, getting a chuckle out of Tristan. Would you two knock it off? And if those two do end up in a serious relationship, then that'll make Yugi my brother-in-law, Joey said, pointing to Yugi. I feel sorry for you, Yugi, Tristan said with pity. That's it, come here you. Joey yelled as he put Tristan in a chokehold while Yugi and T tried to separate them. Meanwhile at the hospital. Naruto walked through the hospital door, approached the receptionist's desk. Excuse me, but can you give me the room number to Serenity Wheeler? He asked the woman behind the desk. Of course, she's in room 306 and it would seem that her mother is here visiting, the woman said. Thank you miss, the blonde said as he left to go see his girlfriend. He walks over to the elevator, clicks for the door to open, enters and clicks the 3 button, the door closes and ascends to his destination. When Naruto arrived to the floor via elevator, when the door opened he saw a woman in her 40s with brown short curly hair and brown eyes. She had slight creases on either side of her mouth showing her age. She wears a yellow sweater with a pink turtleneck underneath and yellow blouse to match her sweater. She also wore light brown dress shoes. This was Kawhi Wheeler, Anne. A mix of her Japanese name and English name, mother of Serenity and Joey. Kawhi-san, it's good to see you, Naruto said. Ah Naruto-kun, it's so good to see you again. I hope your time in Egypt was okay. She asked. Egypt was okay, although I could live without the occasional scorpions in my boots, he said with a cheesy grin, making Kawhi laugh at the blonde's response to her question. I'm sure, Naruto-san. I believe you're here for a different reason, she said. Yeah, how's she doing? Naruto asked with worry. Kawhi's facial expression took a sudden turn. She's scared, Naruto. The doctors say that she'll lose her sight if she doesn't receive an operation, Kawhi said to the blonde. Naruto was shocked but knew he had to be strong for both her and Serenity. Kawhi-san, is it alright if I can see her? He asked. Of course Naruto-kun, she's been waiting for you ever since you had told her that you came back, she said as she moved to the side to allow Naruto to leave the elevator and find the room of his ill girlfriend. He trekked the corridor until he found the room he was looking for. He gently knocked on the door and then waited for a response, which didn't take too long to receive. "Who is it?" the occupant asked. "Just someone who wanted to visit his loving girlfriend after coming home from the sands and pyramids of Egypt," Naruto said as he heard some commotion from the room as its occupant was make her way to the door. The person to open the door was a beautiful young girl in her teen years. She had flowing auburn hair and gentle dull greenish-brown eyes. She was also wearing a pair of simple pink pajamas. When she saw his face, her eyes watered and she hugged him. "Naruto-kun, I've missed you," she said, snuggling into his warmth. "I've missed you too, Serenity-chan," he said as he wrapped his arms around her frail body. She then pulls away just enough for their eyes to meet and then she tippy-toes to kiss him on the lips, which he deepens, causing her to moan softly. The two then pulled away, for the need for air was greater than their desire to continue making out. The two then entered the room. Naruto laid next to Serenity, who was snuggling into Naruto's warmth. "I've met your brother the other day," Naruto said, getting her attention. "Joey? How was he?" she asked. "He's exactly how you described him, but I can see that his faults are what makes your brother a good person, and he's been hanging out with my brother, so I can tell that those two are more like brothers than friends," Naruto said, making Serenity smile at her boyfriend's approval. Serenity then takes his hand and lightly squeezes it as if it were her lifeline. "I'm scared, Naruto-kun," she admitted. Naruto then brought her closer and kissed the top of her head. "I know, and I promise you that'll do whatever I can so that you don't have to lose your vision, even if I have to sacrifice my eyes for you," he said with determination. Serenity was shocked to hear what Naruto would do just for her. She wanted to protest, but knew that his mind was dead set on whatever it would take for her to see. Naruto's determination and his willingness to sacrifice his own well-being for others was one of the reasons why she loved him. Because he was a selfless individual and would put the needs of others before his own. "Thank you, Naruto-kun," she said as she drifted to sleep in his embrace. Naruto then fell asleep, oblivious of the events of Maximilian Pegasus stealing the soul of his grandfather. The next day. In Kane Games, Naruto had locked himself in his room, angry that Pegasus would go so far as to steal the soul of his grandfather to lure both him and Yugi to Duelist Kingdom. He was also angry at himself for not being there to prevent it. Yugi and the others were concerned for Naruto, especially Yugi, since Naruto remembered the tragic incident that took both their parents from them. Another thing was that when Joey got home, he had remembered the package Naruto gave him. Turns out it was a video, and when he played it, it was a message for him from Serenity. The video played. "Hey, there, big brother. How have you been?" she asked. "I really miss you. Haha, I can't believe it's been 6 years since we've seen each other. I'll never forget the day mom took me to live with her. I'm sending you this video so that you don't forget your little sister's face. It seemed like I'm running out of time. I was hoping to see you once more," she said as tears built up. "Well, you understand. Bye bye, big brother. So long and take care, Joey," she said as the video ended. After viewing the video, Joey had confronted Naruto by breaking down the door and asking him what he was going to do to help Serenity. And told Joey that Pegasus had sent him a box similar to Yugi's and had made plans to go to this tournament even if he had to sneak his way in. With that said, Joey had left the shop to prepare for his way in. On the same day, Pegasus had sent both Yugi and Naruto an invitation to his tournament on Duelist Kingdom, so Naruto locked himself in his room and started the process of packing some clothes, toiletries, a sleeping bag, some provisions and his deck. When everything was packed, he set it aside and went to sleep. 2 days later, the meeting at school is canon. It was 9:30 p.m. and there was a huge crowd standing in front of a massive ship, its destination Duelist Kingdom. Here we find Naruto carrying his bag on a single sling while the other hand was in his pocket. "Just you wait, Pegasus. I'm coming for you," Naruto thought as he glared with his only visible eye. "Attention all duelists. Welcome to this event sponsored by Industrial Illusions. You received in your invitation the star chips that will grant you entry into the contest. You are all elite, invited by us after reviewing your past Duel Monsters contest. You each have a fair and equal chance to win. It all comes down to how well you've chosen your cards and how well you play. Now duelists cross the ocean and enter the Duelist Kingdom," the announcer said as he looked down at all the potential duelists. "Present your star chips as you board the ship," the security said as Naruto passed them, showing his dueling glove and the 2 star chips he received. He entered the ship completely missing Joey trying to sneak in and Yugi giving him one of his own. Naruto was on the deck when he noticed both Joey and Yugi. He approached them. "Hey Yugi, Joey, I see that you guys made it," Naruto said, getting their attention. "Hey bro, yeah, if it means getting Grandpa's soul, then I'll go," Yugi said. "Yeah, and I'll win the prize money for my sister," Joey announced. Naruto smiled. "Hey, I'm gunning for them both, since the blank card that I received is for whatever I desire and what I want is to," he said, but was cut off by a strong smell of perfume. He then saw a blonde woman with a grin on her face. Yugi Joey whatever you do, try and avoid her he warned the two who then took notice of the woman as she turned to leave. Why what's the matter? Yugi asked. That was my Valentine Aka my ex-girlfriend Naruto said getting shocked look out of both Yugi and Joey. What? They yelled. She's the girl that you dated in high school, the one that Yugi said, before Naruto shoved both his hands to Yugi's mouth to shut him up. Yes the one that did that and I would appreciate it that you don't ever mention it again, Naruto said in a threatening tone that made Yugi nodded vigorously. Joey didn't say anything other than stare at Mai's rump. An horn dog. Later the three arrived to where most of the contestants were congregating, where they met the regional finalist and regional champion Weevil Underwood and Rex Raptor. The two spoke with the trio, but Naruto was keeping a close eye on the pest that was Weevil. Because, seriously, no one who have a name like Weevil Underwood and not look like a creeper or with something to hide, basically Naruto didn't trust this kid. Naruto then cut in and gave the worm a predatory stare, as much I would like to continue to listen, you're the voice that sounds like a dying cat, I have a room available for us to use, so Yugi, Joey let's go, Naruto said as he left with both Yugi and Joey tailing not far behind. As they left, Yugi had noticed the scowl on Naruto's face, but decided to keep quiet and just follow his brother to the room. A few minutes later, the trio arrives to a standard room with two bunk beds with twin-size beds, a small table and chair, a dresser with a TV mounted on top, a bathroom and a window facing the ocean. Okay make yourselves at home and please do spend your time making sure that your decks are ready for whatever is thrown at you, Naruto said as he set his bag at the foot of one of the bottom bunks and crashed onto the bed with his hands folded behind his head and closed his eyes. Both Yugi and Joey decided to do what Naruto had suggested and go through their decks to see what strategies they could use. As the trio did their thing, there was a knocking at the door, so naturally Yugi decides to open the door and was greeted by two familiar faces. T. Tristan what are you guys doing here? Yugi asked getting both Joey's and Naruto's attention. We couldn't let you guys go on this on your own, so we decided to come along T said. So basically you're stowaways Naruto said not leaving his spot on the bed. Hey don't say it like it's a bad thing, and besides you were planning to do the same thing if you weren't invited T argued, but failed to get her point across as Naruto snored lightly, indicating that he was asleep. At this, tick marks formed on T's head, and seeing this, Yugi stepped in T leave Naruto alone, he has a lot going through his mind, so it would be best to just get some sleep, because tomorrow we arrive to Duelist Kingdom he informed them. Yug's right so I call top bunk he said as he got the bunk over Yugi. I got the other top Tristan said getting the bunk over Naruto's. Hey what about she asked, but was interrupted by Naruto. Sleep in the bunk with Yugi, it's obvious that you have a thing for him, but choose to just stay in the friend zone, Naruto said getting the two to blush. Nai-san, Naruto-san. T and Yugi yelled with blushes on their faces. This caused Naruto, Tristan and Joey to laugh at their friend's situation, but accepted their fate and they all went to sleep, well except Naruto, who was looking at the blank prize card whatever my heart desires I want both my grandfather and girlfriend to be in my life, I won't lose anyone again Grandpa Serenity, please hang on for just a bit longer, because I'm coming he thought as he closed his eyes and finally went to sleep. Chapter 3 Part 1. Arrival to Duelist Kingdom and Yugi vs Weevil. Disclaimer. I don't own Naruto or the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. It was morning and it was barely dawn when Duelist Kingdom came into view. Naruto was up on the bow staring at the island as the ship approached it. Naruto then looks at his deck, then back at the island just you wait Pegasus, I'll tear you apart for what you have done to Grandpa Naruto thought angrily as his dual spirits appeared at his side, showing him that they'd follow him no matter what. On Duelist Kingdom, Pegasus was doing his morning routine when he felt a sense of dread coming up his spine oh my who or whatever that was is even more frightening than the Egyptian god monster cards because this one is coming here, I hope I survive the wrath of whatever that is the creator of dual monsters thought as he started to sweat. Back on the ship, Naruto's dual spirits looked at their master will stand by you Naruto-sama, always the monsters said in unison before fading back into the deck. Naruto is then accompanied by Joey, Yugi, Tristan and T as they watch the ship get closer to the island where they'll spend an unknown amount of time to get whatever it is that's needed to challenge Pegasus to earn the prize of either $3 million or whatever the heart desires in Yugi's and Naruto's case Grandpa's soul returned. Man this Duelist Kingdom looks like a pretty big place, Yugi, Naruto finding your grandpa isn't gonna be easy, Joey said to the two Moto brothers. Well we gotta start somewhere Yugi said as the ship pulled into the harbor. The only thing that we know is that Pegasus has Grandpa's soul here on the island and if I were Pegasus, I would keep it where there are plenty of guards and security, so probably somewhere close to Pegasus Naruto said deducting of the whereabouts of Solomon's trapped soul. 15 minutes later. The ship has finally docked and the contestants began to disembark to their next challenge. Whoa check out the suits Joey said as he saw several men in black clothing on the pier. PA. Attention all duelists please disembark in an orderly fashion. Hey T, what if those security guys find out we're both stowaways? We ought to play it safe and swim back, Tristan asked the female member of the group. Naruto sweat dropped. You do realize that we're about 100 miles away from the mainland, right? The blonde asked, making Tristan sweat drop for even thinking it. We're in the middle of nowhere, Llama Brain. If you can try and act normal we'll be okay, she yelled at Tristan, making the guy turn to Yugi. Dude, Yugi, calm your woman, he said, making both Yugi and T blush before she whacked him over the head. Naruto laughed. You surely know how to pick 'em, bro. She'll make a wonderful sister-in-law, he said, wrapping an arm around Yugi's shoulder while grinning. Be big brother. Yugi exclaimed as both his and T's faces imitated a tomato in color. Naruto, Joey and Tristan laughed at Yugi and T as they blushed. You're not one to laugh, Joey, since my brother is dating you, sister, Yugi said, making Joey stop laughing and look to Naruto. I accepted that you're dating Serenity, but hurt her or make her cry, and you'll answer to me, got it, Joey said, being the big brother to his sister. Naruto chuckled. Of course, Joey, I wouldn't be here if she wasn't important to me. I'll win this tournament and win the prize money for Serenity's operation and save Grandpa from Pegasus, he said with a determined look. Hey wait bro, what do you mean? You can only use one of the prize cards, Yugi said. Naruto then pulled out the blank card. This card represents what the heart desires. I want my family together, I want to make Serenity better and introduce her to both you and Grandpa. I want to have a future with everyone in it, so with this, I'll win both the money and Grandpa's soul, he said as he put the card away. Everyone looked at Naruto intently. Wow, Naruto really put a lot of thought into what he wants, they thought as they made their way off the ship. As the group walked off the ship, Tristan was still a bit uncomfortable about being here. Just act cool. Act cool. Cool as a cucumber. Keep it cool, he said to himself as he walked with a stiff. Hey you, one of the suit said, getting Tristan's attention. Don't be so nervous. You guys are our guests here, the suit-wearing man said. That's right. I'm your guest, he said as he bowed before running off to join the rest of the group. Way to go, Llama Brain, Naruto said with a playful smirk. Yeah, you didn't seem suspicious at all, Joey chimed in. I hate you too sometimes, Tristan said under his breath as he glared at the two blondes. Well, it seems that everyone made it off the boat, especially the insect, Naruto said as he looked at Weevil, who was smirking in their direction. What's he smirking about? Joey asked with slight irritation. Don't know, but we'll worry about it later, Yugi said with everyone agreeing. The man with the Tristan hairdo appeared in front of the crowd. Welcome all duelists. Please, follow the stairs to meet your host, he said, pointing towards the stairway that leads to a castle. That castle's got to belong to Pegasus, Yugi said. And the likely location of Grandpa's soul, Naruto chimed in. Then what are we waiting for? Joey said as he started making his way towards the stairway. As everyone started to climb the stairs, T sees something in the forest down below. Hey, what's that? She asked as she looked on into the forest. Huh? What do you see, T? Asked Yugi. It looked like Bakura, she said, pointing into the forest. Bakura for school? He asked, looking where she was pointing to. Again, with this Bakura stuff? Tristan said. Where is he, T? Joey asked, not seeing anything. Naruto looked into the forest, and the crack of his eye patch shined red. I sense an evil intent down there, but it also feels ancient, he thought as he gave a low growl. That's twice that I've seen him now, but he's not there anymore. Maybe it's all in my head, she said with a confused look. Come on. We're on a rescue mission, Tristan said as the others started moving again, with T following after a final look into the forest. Behind one of the trees was a boy on older than T. He has green eyes, and his hair is pale blue. He wears a white wool sweater and green undershirt with blue pants. 5 minutes later, everyone was standing in front of the castle, eagerly waiting for Pegasus to appear on the balcony above. Wow, look, that's Weevil Underwood. He's the regional champion, a random duelist said, looking at Weevil. And that's the runner-up, Rex Raptor, another duelist said, looking at the Dino duelist. And there's Mako Tsunami, he was ranked third, a third duelist said, looking at Tantine with no shirt and a spear. Wow, these are the best duelists in the world, but we're the world champion, Seto Kaiba is. The same kid asked, looking for the strongest duelist in the world. Didn't you hear some kid beat him, and on his home turf, too, the first random duelist said. Seriously, I thought Kaiba was the best. The second duelist asked. He was, but not anymore. Naruto Yumoto supposed to be the kid to beat now, the same kid said as both Joey and Yugi nudged him. Attention. Please gather around. Your benevolent host is anxious to greet you all, Sirwatri said. Was all Yugi and Naruto said as they glared at the balcony. Inside the castle, a man wearing an all-red suit and pants, white dress shoes and long white hair was walking through the hallway. As he made his way to the balcony, several guardsmen were in a line bowing to the man. Back down, everyone was seething at the thought of the man who stole Solomon's soul. Boy, would I like to have 5 minutes alone with that guy, Joey said, wishing to inflict some form of bodily harm on Pegasus. Dead in line, Joey, cause I want to go at him first, Naruto said to Joey, not taking his eyes off the balcony. Pegasus then appeared on the balcony looking down at the contestants. Yugi has a flashback to when he dueled Pegasus and saw his grandfathers be taken. I'm not leaving this island until I've saved my grandpa. No matter what Pegasus has planned for me, Yugi thought as he stared at Pegasus. Naruto stared into Pegasus' only visible eye and noticed something that he saw whenever he looked at himself in the mirror. His eye contained great pain and sorrow, but was masked with ambition. Whatever happened for him to be like this must have caused this man to snap, Naruto thought as he stared at Pegasus with his visible eye. Pegasus laughed sinisterly as he gazed down at the crowd. Greeting duelist, I am Maximilian Pegasus. It's my great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the Duelist Kingdom tournament. You stand before me, the world's greatest duelist. But come tournament's end, only one shall be crowned king of games. I implore you all to assemble your dueling decks with care, with creativity, and with cunning, for this competition will test your skills like never before. To track your progress, each of you have been given a dueling glove and 2 precious star chips. You must wager these star chips on each duel you compete in. To advance to the final level of the competition for the chance of $3 million prize, you must win 10 star chips. 10 star chips will admit you access into my castle where you'll gain the opportunity to duel me, Pegasus said. If Grandpa is here, I bet my dueling glove he's inside that castle, but he'll never be able to get inside with all the guards around. We're just gonna have to win enough star chips to get inside, so that'll be 30 star chips, 10 for me, Joey and Big Bro, Yugi thought as he stared at Pegasus. This will be a tournament unlike you've ever seen or experienced. State-of-the-art dueling arenas cover the entire island, and intriguing new dueling rules will be in effect. I could tell you what these new rules are, but what fun will that be? He asked. You'll discover them as you compete, or you won't last very long. Remember, play boldly, think strategically and duel mercilessly. You have 1 hour to prepare both your cards and yourselves. When the skies light up with fireworks, the duels will begin. He said, getting everyone excited for the tournament to start. As the crowd cheered, Pegasus walked back into the castle. The duelists have arrived, and the Moto brothers have taken the bait, and the games are about to begin. Everything is going according to plan, he thought as he walked back to his chambers. I've got to win my way into that castle, I just gotta, Yugi thought. 15 minutes later, the group has moved to a field a couple miles away from the castle. They had just finished preparing their decks, but Joey wasn't so sure about being able to compete. Yugi, I don't know about this, you should just take your star chip back, he said, offering his star chip back to Yugi. No, you keep it, your little sister is counting on both you and Big Bro to win the prize money, Yugi said. Thanks buddy, and Naruto, be sure not to lose, he said to the older blonde. I can say the same to you, Joey, you too, Yugi, Naruto said as he started walking away from the group. Hey bro, where you going? Yugi asked. Naruto turned to Yugi and his group. I'm going on my own, better if you learn how to manage without me, he said, making Yugi saddened that his big brother wasn't going to stay with the group. Then he felt 2 fingertips pressing against his forehead, and how Itachi pokes at Sasuke, causing he to rub his forehead. Don't be so disheartened, Yugi, I have faith in you, and I'll see you in the finals, he said, grinning. Yugi smiled. I'll see you there, big brother, he said. Naruto then walked away from the group as the fireworks light up the sky. 15 minutes later, Naruto notices a crowd gathering in the forest, deciding to investigate. He hides into trees and see his brother dueling Weevil Underwood. So you decided to challenge the insect, Naruto thought as he sat on a branch and watched the duel as it unfolded. Yugi versus Weevil. Let's see how you like my killer needle, 1200-1000, Weevil said as he summoned a wasp-like monster in what appeared to be a forest image. You'll have to get through my mammoth graveyard, 1200-800 first, Yugi said as he summoned a skeletal elephant. This massive monster will match your annoying insect point for point. Attack. He said, ordering his moving fossil. Killer needle attack, let's show the mammoth your stinger. Attack. Weevil ordered his monster to attack. The wasp monster attacks the skeletal mammoth and destroys it. No. Yugi yelled, surprised that his monster was destroyed despite the 2 monsters being evenly matched. Ha. Gone after 1 sting, it must be allergic, Weevil said in a mocking tone. In the trees, Naruto narrowed his eyes at Weevil. So that was his game. He lead my brother here because of the field power boost. If you do somehow survive this, Weevil, I'm coming after you, Naruto thought. I don't get it, both our monsters were evenly matched, it should have been a stalemate. Yugi thought, shocked at what had just happened. Have you begun to figure out yet why I lead you to this forest area? Weevil asked. If you just look around, then you would see that this is an exact replica of our surrounding environment, 1 part wasteland and 1 part forest ant who thrives in the forest. Bugs. The strongest and most powerful insects rule the forest, and as long as I play my insect in the forest area, I get a field power bonus. I guess you weren't listening when Pegasus said that this tournament would have exciting new surprises in store for us. Maybe if you were smart enough to steal the new rules like I did, you would be getting the field power bonus instead of me. Ha ha ha, he said as his monster's power went up. Killer needle. 1200 plus 360 equals 1560 1000 plus 40 equals 1040 1560 1040. Naruto glared at the insect user with some of his killer intent, leaking out, "I'm definitely gonna kill that roach," he thought. He cheated. He led us here because he knew he had an unfair advantage, Joey said, pissed that Weevil set up his friend. Go ahead. Call me a cheater. You're all just angry because you didn't swipe the rules yourselves. And because you didn't. Little Yugi is about to get stung, Weevil said before he heard Yugi laugh. What? How could you be laughing? Weevil asked. Because take a look at your ferocious killer needle now, he said as the wasp monster was destroyed. Oh no, my monster, what have you done with my monster? He asked. This makes no sense, my monster was supercharged with the field power bonus. But according to this, Yugi's monster became just as powerful, Weevil thought bitterly, seeing that Mammoth Graveyard became as strong as his. Mammoth Graveyard. 1200 plus 360 equals 1560 800 plus 400 equals 1300 1560 1300. Looks like my Mammoth Graveyard got a field power bonus from the wasteland area, just like your bugs do from the forest, Yugi said. The field point advantage was supposed to be mine alone. The bug user said as he growled. I've been wondering about something on the ride here, Weevil. Why come to a remote island just to duel? But as soon as I saw this holographic display grid, it all came together. Every monster has a type of field that it does best on, like a home field advantage. And what makes this island so special is that it has every type of field imaginable. So when you deliberately lead us to this spot, you hope to gain some type of home field advantage, Yugi said. You're awfully clever for figuring that out, Yugi, but figuring out one rule won't be enough. There's surprises hidden under every rock and I know them all, Weevil said. You can do this, bro, I believe in you, Naruto thought as he watched the duel from the trees. You can beat him, Yugi T said. Don't let that flea scare you, he's bluffing, Joey said. The two duelists drew from their decks. Really, then let's see how you handle this bluff. Weevil said as he summoned Hercules Beetle, 1500 2000. Hercules Beetle. 1500 plus 450 equals 1950 2000 plus 600 equals 2600, 1950 2600. My Hercules Beetle will find a way to crawl under your skin, he said, summoning the monster in the forest area. Ugh, even though I know about the field power bonus, it's too late to rebuild my deck now. I should have listened to bro when he gave me those cards. I guess a combo attack would be my best bet, Yugi thought before making his move. He should have listened to me when I gave him those cards, looks like he'll have to wing it for now, the blonde in the tree thought. I play Feral Imp, 1300 1400, and now I play Horn of the Unicorn, so its magic will raise my attack points, Yugi said as he activated his equip spell card and equipped it onto his Feral Imp. As the card was equipped, the horn on its head started to glow and grow, and as it did, the monster became more feral-like. Feral Imp plus Horn of the Unicorn. 1300 plus 700 equals 2000, and 2000 1400s. He. You'll have to do a lot better than that. Hercules Beetle, attack. Weevil said, ordering his beetle to attack. Feral Imp, Magic Lightning, attack. Yugi ordered. Feral Imp launched an attack, but it didn't destroy Weevil's monster, but Weevil's monster destroyed Yugi's Feral Imp. Yugi's attack didn't even phase that thing, T said, shocked that Yugi's stronger monster did nothing to destroy its foe. Something screwy. Joe said. My Imp's Magic Lightning attack should have destroyed your beetle. Is this another trick, Weevil? Yugi asked, trying to figure out what just happened. No. Yugi. I just thought you knew that all monsters with a field power bonus were also resistant to any type of magic attack, and since my Hercules Beetle easily deflected your lightning bolts, he has more than enough power left to destroy your puny Feral Imp and continue to eat away at your life points, Weevil said as Yugi's life points dropped. 2650 equals 1350. Yugi equals 1350. Weevil equals 2000. Even that four-eyed tick's weakest bugs are gonna be tough to beat so long as he's got that field power bonus, Joey said, pissed that his friend now has to struggle against a walking tick magnet. Naruto was pissed but knew that this was Yugi's fight, so he decided to let Yugi handle this. Yeah, but it's not like it can just be turned off, Tristan said. That Weevil's a no-good cheat. T said, having to watch her love interest struggle against the cheating regional champion. It's your turn. Make your move, Weevil said, waiting for Yugi to make his move. Maybe I should use my next monster to defend by putting my card in face-down defense mode. My monster will take a hit, but my life points will be spared, Yugi thought as he played his card in defense mode. But Yugi, better play it safe until a strategy presents itself, Naruto thought. So, we're defending now, are we? Very clever. Since I can't see your monster's defense points, I can't be sure I can beat it. But even your strongest monster can't stand against my basic insect, 500 700s, he said, summoning a praying mantis-based monster. Basic insect. 500 plus 150 equals 650, 700 plus 210 equals 910, and 659 910ths. Not only does he get a field power bonus, but I'm upgrading him with a level 3 laser cannon, aka laser cannon armor, and a level 2 power boost, Weevil said as he equipped his monster with powerful equip spell cards. No. His insect's so powerful now, my defense won't stand a chance, and after it falls, and my life points are next. Yugi thought in shock and fear of Weevil's armored insect. Now, Yugi, for all the innocent little bugs you've squashed, stomped, crushed, or fumigated, it's payback time. Weevil said, making the hidden Naruto think that Weevil may have a bug fetish or something which really creep him out. Weevil's monster launched its attack, destroying Yugi defending monster. He. You'll have to do better than that if you hope to survive my bug's laser-powered arsenal, Weevil said. Then I'll play this card, Yugi said, playing another monster in defense mode. Another defense card, no doubt, and I'll make sure that defending is all he can do. Weevil thought. I'm going to keep you on the defensive. Attack now with any monster, and you'll simply active this trap card, Weevil said, looking menacing as he played his trap card face down. What will you do, no Yugi? Naruto thought as he watched his brother be forced into a corner. That Weevil's got Yugi cornered. Tristan said. Yeah, he can't even counter-attack. Joey said. As long as my trap card remains in play, you're powerless to make a move against me. So, does my tightening web make you squirm? He asked with a deranged look. He's so busy bragging, he's not paying attention to my moves. Maybe I can set a little trap of my own, Yugi thought as he laid a card in the spell trap card zone. Face it, Yugi. I've got you pinned down, and while you're totally unable to attack me, I can attack you anytime I want. Each turn you cower, I create a new monster, Weevil said as he summoned another insect monster. As turns pass, Weevil summoned more of his insect monsters, while Yugi drew cards hoping to get something. Keep drawing, Yugi. My army of insects just keeps getting bigger. Weevil said as he summoned another insect. I'm going to wipe out all of your monsters in one bug blitzkrieg. That's right, Weevil. Put all your monsters on the field. That's exactly what I'm counting on, Yugi thought as his plans started to unfold. Just look at our Yugi. He's so confident up there, T said. I know. When he's dueling, it's like he becomes a totally different guy now that I think about it. When Naruto dueled Kaiba he became different, and when he took off his eye patch, Joey said, remembering the duel with Naruto and Kaiba. Yeah, now that I think about it, didn't he lose that eye in the accident? That T said before Joey cut her off. SHHH, we're not supposed to take about it, remember, Joey said in a hushed tone. Oh right, sorry, T said in a low voice, but Naruto heard the conversation and put a hand on his eye patch, but went back to watching the duel. Hee. Well, what do you know? I'm down to my last monstrous insect, and you know what that means, Yugi. You're about to be exterminated. Weevil said as he summoned his supposed last monster. We'll see what my cards have to say about that, Yugi said as he drew his next card. Yugi then looked at the card and was excited. Yes, the Dark Magician, 2500 2100, this is perfect. There's no way Weevil can resist him as a target, Yugi thought as he made his next move. Alright, Weevil. I defend with the Dark Magician, Yugi announced. Excellent. I'll destroy your very favorite card first. Now, my pet, power up your laser cannon. Weevil ordered his basic insect as he targeted the Dark Magician. Hee. Attack. He ordered. Yugi then laughed. Why are you laughing? Weevil asked, completely unnerved at Yugi's expression. Weevil, you're not the only one who can set a trap card, Yugi stated. What? Weevil asked in shock. You were so busy grandstanding, you paid no attention to the cards I put into play, Yugi said. I thought they were all monster CC cards. He questioned. Not all, when you loaded the field with your bug monsters, I laid a special surprise, the Mirror Force trap card, Yugi announced. Hold your fire. Weevil said, realizing the danger of said trap card, but it was too late. Too late, Weevil, you already ordered your attack on my Dark Magician, and Mirror Force will deflect it right back at you. Yugi said as Weevil's attack was reflected back to the attacker, which destroyed all his monsters. 2014-45 equals 555. Yugi. 1350. Weevil. 555. My life points are devastated. Weevil said as he watched both his monsters and life points get cut down. Yes, Yugi said with a confident smirk. Way to play, Yugi, Naruto thought with a grin on his face. Yugi's friends cheered for his play against the insect duelist. Weevil stared in shock. He obliterated my army of beautiful bug. How dare he? He thought as he glared at the multicolored hair boy. You're a liar and a cheat, Weevil, but it was your overconfidence that allowed me to get the best of you. Your insects are decimated. Your life points are low. And as you yourself said before, you've used up all of your monsters, Yugi said with the same confident smirk. I wouldn't count on that being an actual fact Naruto though. He. Actual I lied about that too he said regaining his confidence. Huh? Yugi said in surprise. I still have my most formidable creature waiting in the wings and this unconquerable insect will swat you down once and for all. Weevil announced. Chapter 3 Part 2. Arrival to Duelist Kingdom and Yugi vs Weevil. Seething at the fact that he was played by this upstart duelist Weevil glared at Yugi for destroying his army of insect monsters. Weevil growled at his now empty field. Ha! Great play, Yugi. Joey cheered for his friend. Great play indeed thought Naruto as he smirked at Yugi's triumph against the insect duelist. He wiped out Weevil's bug army in one move. Cheered Tristan. Alright. You've got him on the ropes. Cheered T. Ah ha ha. Yeah, right. Said a familiar voice that got the group's attention and Naruto's who seethed. Huh? Asked T. My said Joey getting both Tristan and T's attention. You know her? Asked Tristan. Not really, we noticed her back on the boat, then Naruto told us who she was and said to stay away from her said Joey, causing Mai to flinch a bit. Really Naruto said that I wonder why. Asked Tristan. Don't know, all I know is that he used to date her, but they broke up and from the tone of his voice, it must have been bad said Joey. Mai felt hurt that the person she used to date would still such a grudge against her Naruto, do you still hate me that much she thought as she tried to keep up her attitude. You losers don't seem to realize who your little pal is up against. Weevil's regional champion, he's got moves your shrimp couldn't dream of Mai said, trying to forget what the group said. This pissed off T as his love interest was being insulted, however before she could retort, a figure leaped from the trees and landed in front of them, Mai insult my brother again, and your next opponent will be me the figure said, revealing himself to be Naruto Yumoto. Naruto. Joey, Tristan and T said in unison. Hey guys I see my little brother has the upper hand, but he shouldn't get too cocky Weevil may have a few surprises left, Naruto said as he turned to see his brother duel. The other did the same thing ignoring Mai. You may have flattened my army of bugs, Yugi, but you haven't won. I still have plenty tricks up my sleeve said Weevil. You've done an awful lot of buzzing throughout this whole duel, Weevil, but I'm still here waiting for the sting, Yugi said with a confident smirk. Since you're new to the whole dueling tournament thing, I'll try to make this simple for you, Weevil said seethed. I'm gonna wipe that goofy grin from your face he said plotting his next move. Now let's see which lucky bug gets to take the first bite, Weevil said as he drew his next card. Haha. Oh. But this little bug won't stand a chance against all your ferocious monsters. Oh well I'll play it in defense mode he said with a mock defeated tone while chuckling in his mind. That would have been a nice bluff, but I still haven't forgotten the trap card you played, Yugi said as he remembered Weevil playing the trap card a few turns ago. He didn't trap me then, and he's not gonna trap me now. Weevil's trap card will activate as soon as I call an attack and it'll destroy all the monsters I have on the field. But what if I get my monsters off the field first and then destroy Weevil's trap? That's it. Yugi thought. I'll spring your trap, Weevil. But first the monster recovery card. It allows me to call back all the creatures I have on the field. Monsters return to your cards. Yugi said recovering all his monsters. Weevil seethed at this new course of action. Now your trap has nothing to snare and once my monsters are all safely back in my deck, the recovery card also lets me draw a new hand, Yugi said as he shuffled his deck. Now all I have to do is sacrifice one of my weaker monsters and your trap is sprung. Kurobo, attack. Yugi commanded. Yeah. Weevil yelled as he was forced to activate his card. Trap cards only work if they catch you by surprise. Next time don't give your plan away Yugi said. 1350, 300 equals 1050 Yugi. Hee. Ha 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 ha. Weevil laughed. I don't give a bee's behind about that stupid trap card. Weevil announced shocking Yugi. I tricked you into recalling your monsters so you wouldn't attack this. He said as he flipped the monster revealing it to be Larvae Moth. This made Naruto wide-eye because for Weevil to have summoned that can only mean trouble for Yugi. It's just a simple little Larvae Moth. That tiny creature can't be much of a threat. What is Weevil up to now? Yugi thought. Yugi brace yourself because I know what comes next and I hope that you pull through Naruto thought as he worried for his brother's outcome. He. Sure, he's just a little slug now, but the cocoon of evolution, 2000, will change all that. He said. What? Said a now surprised Yugi. Isn't it beautiful he said as his larvae moth was inked by the cocoon. Yugi said in disgust as he watched the worm inked in the cocoon. Meanwhile down below everyone looked on with disgust. That's just gross T said. Weevil's bug is sealing itself in a cocoon Joey said. And here I thought that kid couldn't get any more creepy, Naruto said as his right eyebrow twitched a bit. I told those chumps that Weevil would turn this duel around. If it were Naruto he was dueling, then I wouldn't doubt Naruto's ability to win, but his brother doesn't have the same skill set as Naruto, my thought. Behold my cocoon of evolution. Ha 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 ha. Within that cocoon sits my tiny little larvae moth, and over the next 5 turns, he will undergo a startling transformation from harmless caterpillar to unstoppable great moth, Weevil said. Then I'll crack your cocoon before that happens, Yugi stated. Easier said than done. Yugi, for my cocoon of evolution, gets a field power bonus from the wilderness around us, increasing its defense points. It'll be so strong. You won't be able to scratch its surface. Just 5 more turns, Yugi. In 5 turns my great moth will fully evolve and finish you off, Weevil stated. Cocoon of evolution ATK. 0 def 2000 plus 600 equals 2600. If what Weevil says is true, I'd better act fast, that thing is getting bigger and stronger with each passing turn, Yugi thought, now realizing how much trouble he's in. I have to figure a way to break open that cocoon now. I can't let that moth get to its 5th stage of evolution. Do I have a card that's strong enough to stop it? Yugi thought as he looked at his hand. Gaia, the fierce knight, 2300-2100, Yugi said, summoning an armored horseman with 2 lances and rode an armored purple stallion. Yugi, don't. Naruto yelled in his mind. Shatter that cocoon. Yugi ordered his knight. When the knight attacked the cocoon it did nothing. The field power bonus makes it too strong, Joey said. Naruto said nothing but shake his head in disappointment because his brother made a rookie mistake, one that he taught Yugi to avoid at all costs, but it seemed that his lessons didn't sink in. That's 1 turn down. Care to try again? Ha 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 ha. Weevil mocked. Weevil's cocoon is gonna be tough to crack, and for each attack that fails, my life points go down, Yugi thought. Yugi. 1050, 300 equals 750. Yugi made a rookie mistake, one that may cost him, and if he does it again, then he's finished, Naruto said looking at the match. Oh, no, said T, concerned for Yugi's chances at winning his first tournament duel. Hang tough, Yugi. You'll pop that pus bag, said Joey. Ha 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 ha, laughed Mai, getting Yugi's friends and Naruto's attention. Just what do you think you're laughing at? Asked T. All that stupid cheerleading you're doing. You make it sound like your Yugi still has a chance, she said, mocking Yugi. Before anyone could say anything, Naruto got in front of Mai and gave her a soul-piercing glare with his remaining eye. Mai visible didn't seem fazed, but inside she was terrified. My brother has more of a chance of winning this duel than you do against me, so congratulations, you're officially now on my list of people on this island I want to duel, he said, making everyone within earshot fearful of those on that list and hoping it's not them. Naruto then returned to Tristan's side to get away from Mai, who was now sweating because from what she had seen and heard was that Naruto was a merciless duelist when angered, and the last person who pissed him off that bad was utterly humiliated in front of national TV. Crap, me and my big mouth, Mai thought. Time skip, and we all know what happens from here. Yugi uses Curse of Dragon along with Burning Land to destroy the forest, thus giving his Gaia the chance to destroy the cocoon, but the moth evolved enough to survive. Weevil uses Great Moth to destroy Yugi's monsters and by some BS, reduced Gaia the Dragon Champion due to again some more BS and destroyed it, thus leaving Yugi with 50 life points left, so here we are. Weevil. 555. Yugi. 50. I activate Swords of Revealing Light. This will stop your monster from attacking for 3 whole turns, said Yugi, as glowing swords appeared surrounding Weevil's great moth. Heh. How desperate of you, Yugi. What possible of a 3-turn stall tactic do for you? Asked Weevil. He's right, what do I do? Asked Yugi internally. I don't know what to do with any of these cards, they're just a bunch of pieces. How can I use them to defeat a duelist of Weevil's caliber? Asked the young Moto. For someone who claims to have faith, you're giving up too easily, Yugi. Listen, sometimes the very cards we hold are like a puzzle. You have to pull the different pieces in their proper place, said an apparition of Solomon. Like the Millennium Puzzle? Asked Yugi to the spirit of his grandfather. Exactly, my boy, each piece can build a greater being, he said as he was pulled away from Yugi's mind. Grandpa. Yugi said, reaching out to his grandfather, but was too late as the old man was pulled back to his prison. Like the pieces of a puzzle, remember Solomon's words echoed in Yugi's mind. Pegasus Castle. As Pegasus was watching Yugi's duel with Weevil, he then noticed the card used to hold Solomon Moto's soul was glowing. What's going on? He asked as he unveiled his Millennium Eye to see what was going on. He saw the old man's spirit talking to Yugi, coaching him on how to win. That's enough of a reunion, Pegasus said, using his eye to pull Solomon's spirit back into the card. Upon seeing the card, Solomon had a look of hope and determination that his grandchildren will succeed in freeing him. Back to Yugi. Puzzle, when did I hear that before? Yugi thought. Then it hit him. Wait, what did Grandpa and Big Bro say? He remembered. Flashback. Listen Yugi, in the game of dual monsters there is one unstoppable monster. Exodia the Forbidden One, Solomon said, but Naruto cut him off as he was ready to leave for Egypt. That monster can only be summoned by drawing all 5 very special cards. That is one of the most difficult tasks to ever achieve. Hell, I've tried in the past, but I always win my duels before ever summoning him, Naruto said. Well, maybe Yugi will do it after all. He's putting the Millennium Puzzle together, and if he could solve that monster of a mystery, then I'm sure he can pull it off, said Solomon, having faith in his youngest grandson in pulling off the impossible. Flashback end. Quit your stalling Yugi, just because you have 3 extra turns to live does mean you can waste my time, said Weevil, pissed that he has to wait 3 turns to finish Yugi off. Keep talking Weevil, all I hear from you is buzz, he said as Yugi drew his next card. He noticed it was a right leg, and then he looked at his hand and saw that he had another leg, left leg and a left arm. Yes, just one more card and I'll achieve the impossible. Grandpa is counting on me to win. Weevil then played a monster, then ended his turn. Yugi did the same, but it wasn't what he needed, so he ended his turn. Then Weevil drew and played a new monster. Well, smiled because he knew that the spell Yugi used to buy time was about to vanish. Hehehe, this duel is as good as mine. Face you Yugi, you've lost, said an overly confident Weevil as he ended his turn and swords of revealing light then faded. Don't listen to him Yugi, yelled Joey. Come on Yugi, I know you can do it, said T. We believe in you, Tristan added. Come on little brother, I know you can win, believe in the heart of the cards the same way myself and Grandpa believe in the heart of our cards, said Naruto, knowing that Yugi can pull a victory. Weevil's right, my only chance is to draw the final piece of Exodia, but the odds are against me. I don't think I can do this, thought Yugi as he began to doubt himself. As Yugi went to draw his next card, the deck began to pull away from him, as if sensing his doubt. The deck, it senses my doubt, said a shocked Yugi. Don't lose focus Yugi, don't lose faith, concentrate, the older persona said to the younger. Then he remembered the symbol T drew on his hand, then he sees his friends and brother standing around the deck, with their marked hand hovering over the deck. Yugi, we're right here with you, said T. Yugi, you got to believe in yourself, said Tristan. You can do it, just kick these Weevil creeps' butt, said Joey. I have faith in you Yugi, so don't lose faith and believe in the heart of the cards, said Naruto. They're right, I have to believe in the cards like my friends and family believes in me, Yugi said to himself as he drew the next card. Draw your last pathetic card so that I may squash you like the bug that you are, sneered Weevil, confident that he'll win the duel. My grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards Weevil, but it does contain the unstoppable Exodia, Yugi said, revealing Exodia the Forbidden One. This shocked everyone including Naruto because no one, not even him or their grandpa, had ever achieved to summon him. Impossible, yelled a very shocked Weevil. I've assembled all 5 special cards, all 5 pieces of the puzzle, Yugi said as the pentagram appeared, and from it came Exodia as it stared down Weevil's great mouth. The Exodia, it's not possible, no one has ever been able to call him, quivered a very fearful Weevil as he backed away. Exodia, obliterate, Yugi commanded as the mighty Exodia brought its hands together, creating a ball of energy. Then it shot the energy ball at Great Moth, destroying it completely and taking the remainder of Weevil's life points. Yugi. 50. Weevil. 0. Yugi. Winner. As everyone was cheering at Yugi's victory, most were shocked that this newbie not only defeated the regional champion, but called forth the impossible to summon Exodia on the final turn of Swords of Revealing Light, which meant that the kid had the devil's luck or was just a fluke, but in the end the results of the duel don't lie. Way to play Yugi, yelled Joey. I knew you could do it, said T. You the man Yug, said Tristan. Naruto didn't say anything because he knew that there was nothing to be said. He knew that his brother was more than capable of handling things on his own. Oh wait, he's not alone, he has his friends here with him, and of course there is himself, but Naruto wasn't planning to stick with this brother. It was harsh, but he needed to let his little brother grow out and become the great duelist his big brother knows he can be. So, Naruto smiled as he turned to leave as Yugi came down and walked over to Weevil to retrieve his winnings, but he also noticed his brother leaving. He wanted to stop him, but what his brother said before the tournament started still rang true to his very soul. He knew his brother loved him more than anything, but he also knew that Naruto couldn't coddle him, especially with their grandfather counting on them, but Naruto had someone else to worry about. Naruto. As Naruto walked away, the spirits of his monster cards emerged from his deck to keep him company. The 6 samurai monsters and the Blue Eyes White Dragon floated around him, communicating with each other and communicating with their master. Master, are you sure it is wise to leave your younger brother alone? Spoke Shogun Xian, expressing his concern for Naruto's younger brother. I agree with the red-armored human, shouldn't you be with your brother? Asked the Blue Eyes in a deep but feminine voice. My brother will be fine, he has his friends to protect him and his goal to drive him to reach the top where I'll be waiting, Naruto said in a cryptic manner that the 2 current boss monsters understood what their master was implying. "So, you plan to duel against your brother for the chance to battle this Pegasus for your deepest desire," stated Xian, understanding his master's thought process. "Yes," Naruto answered. "But why?" asked the White Dragon. "To him I'm the greatest challenge he'll ever face, call it a final test to see if he is truly ready to cast his own shadow," he said. "Know full well the Yugi is capable of beating him, but lack the experience that most duelists on this island possess." Xian merely nodded, understanding his master's way of thinking. Blue Eyes, or Kara as she was called by Naruto, was worried for the young Moto, but knew that her master would never leave his brother if he wasn't sure that young Yugi could defend himself. Hell, before this whole tournament began, Naruto had trained Yugi in judo and taekwondo as a means for self-defense, but Yugi preferred to be a passive-aggressive and would only use violence as a last resort when needed. "I understand you two are worried, but have faith that you'll be seeing them at Pegasus's castle once they acquire 10 star chips, and speaking of star chips, I need to begin the process of weeding out the weak, so it's time to get my game on," the older Moto sibling thought as he raced to his next challenge. Naruto vs Kaiba rematch. 1 week later. It has been a week since Yugi defeat Weevil Underwood and eliminating the little pest from the tournament. Since then, Naruto has been making headway in the tournament and has been labeled as the #1 contender, with Yugi, Mai, and Joey following after him. Within the first 3 days, Naruto has been challenged by various duelists, all wanting a piece of him, but all they got was a through-ass whooping and the loss of their star chips. Naruto currently has 30 star chips, 3 times what he needs, but figures that they would come in handy later on. Right now, Naruto was standing at the stairs that'll lead to Pegasus's castle, where he'll challenge the man who stole Solomon's soul and save both his grandfather and his girlfriend's sight. As he walked the stairs, he heard a familiar voice. "Stop." Naruto recognized the voice as his younger brother Yugi, and from the sound of it he was in distress. Naruto ran up the stairs to see the end of a duel between his brother and Kaiba. Yugi was on his knees and hands, looking as if he had done something unforgivable, and Kaiba, who was standing in the ledge and looking at Yugi as if he completed what he set out to do. Kaiba walked off the ledge to the center of the floor, picking up 10 star chips, pocketing them, and walked away. At this, Naruto ran to Kaiba. "Hey, weed, clench you teeth," he yelled, getting everyone's attention. Before he knew it, Kaiba was punched in the face with enough force to launch the bastard to the nearest wall. Kaiba slammed into the wall and slid down, but was stopped when Naruto grabbed him by the collar and held him at eye level. "What the fucking was that?" he asked, furious that this fool would go to extreme lengths to win. "What did it look like I won the match?" Kaiba said, almost unfazed by being punched. "By holding yourself hostage have no honor," Naruto growled. "Honor is for the weak," Kaiba said as he wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. He stared Naruto, who glared at him with his single visible eye. "It would seem you learned nothing from our last duel. It would seem you need a refresher course, now duel me here and now," Naruto said, still not letting go. "Why should I have all that I need," Kaiba sneered. "Because knowing you dueling my brother wasn't satisfying enough, because it was I who humiliated you, so knowing you, your pride won't let this opportunity to defeat me pass up." "So, are you a betting man?" he asked, playing to Kaiba's ego. "I know you're playing me, but you're right, my pride won't be satisfied until I see you groveling at my feet like the dog you are," Kaiba said, pushing Naruto away, forcing him to release Kaiba. Then the 2 older duelists walked to the middle of the dueling floor as Kaiba gave Naruto the duel disc. Then the 2 walked onto either side and inserted their respective decks into the deck slot. "Naruto. 2000. Kaiba. 2000. Duel," they shouted. "Are you ready for our rematch?" Kaiba asked Naruto, still pissed that Kaiba would stoop so low as to crush his brother in a humiliating duel just to get to him. "This is it, Naruto. Whoever wins faces Pegasus, and whoever loses, well, you'll be left a broken man, just like your brother," said Kaiba, causing Naruto to flinch as he remembered when he was left broken the first time was then his parents died, and the last time was when he was betrayed by someone he once trusted. As Naruto growled, the magatama around his neck started to glow, and the symbol of the 6 samurai appeared on his forehead, then the image of samurai appeared overlapping his figure and merging with the spirit of the samurai. As he did, his posture changed, his only visible eye glowed an emerald green. While under his eye patch crimson light can be seen escaping from the cracks. When the glowing stopped, Naruto was a few inches taller, his hair had grown and now reached the center of his upper back, and his blonde hair acquired red-black streaks. He had removed his eye patch, revealing a single crimson eye with a slit pupil. His whiskers had darkened. "But it'll be you who will be left broken, because unlike my brother I play for keeps," Naruto said, glaring at Kaiba, whose eyes slightly widened as it did with everyone on the sidelines. "Sidelines? Yug, your brother, he isn't serious, is he?" asked a concerned Joey, but got no response from his best friend, who was still shaken up from what he was so close to doing. "Yugi-kun, please," begged a concerned T, but even she couldn't get a response. "Well, whatever the case, this duel is going to happen, and from the looks of things, both are determined to crush the other," said Bakura. Seems like we're about to see a bloodbath, added Tristan. Duel. Stand back and prepare for battle, said Kaiba as he launched his dual disc. I play Ryukishin powered, dark attribute. 4 stars, fiend. ATK. 1600 def. 1200. A gargoyle enhanced by the powers of darkness. Very sharp talons make it a worthy opponent in attack mode, Kaiba said, summoning the fiend. Then 4 holographic cards appeared in front of him. This caught Naruto's interest. Interesting, Kaiba, but not good enough, Naruto as he launched his disc. I active gateway of the 6 and 6 Samurai United, Naruto said as the 2 cards flipped, revealing what they were. This caused Kaiba to growl because those 2 cards alone were a threat, but together made the deck super effective in its swarming capability. Then I active the field spell card Shin's Castle of Mist, spell card. Field spell. When a 6 samurai monster is attacked, the attacking monster loses 500 ATK during damage calculation only, Naruto said as a castle came into view, but was shrouded in mist. What are you up to, Moto? Asked if not, demanded Kaiba. Setting up the field to my liking, Kaiba, but just so you know my turn isn't done. Now I summon the 6 samurai Iru, dark attribute. 4 stars. ATK. 1700 def. 1200. Warrior effect. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacked a face-down defense position monster. Destroy that monster. You must control a face-up 6 samurai monster with a different name to activate and to resolve this effect. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another face-up 6 samurai monster you control instead, in attack mode, he said, summoning a purple armored samurai with an oversized sword. Upon its summoning, both Gateway and United acquired their respective number of Bushido counters. Now Iru attack Kaiba's Ryukishin Swallow Strike, Naruto ordered. Then Iru moved his long katana to the slide, then with blinding speed launched at Ryukishin, but in an instant Iru was standing behind Ryukishin as if nothing happened, but then Ryukishin howled in pain as it was cut clean in half, then the creature exploded with Iru appearing on Naruto's side of the field. 1700 to 1600 equals 100. Naruto equals 2000. Iba equals 2100 equals 1900. Then I set 1 card face down and end my turn, Naruto said as a face down card appeared. Iba then caught his dual disc. You're good, but not good enough, don't you think I expected that attack? And once again you've played right into my hands, Blondie said Kaiba with a confident smirk, but Naruto looked completely unfazed. Are you done? Asked Naruto. What? I asked are you done because I have a million better things to do right now than listen to a perpetual child, so make your move or I'll go again, said Naruto, who was completely irritated. At this, Kaiba growled because this fool wasn't taking him seriously. Well, he'll show him what it means to cross Seto Kaiba. Fine then, Kaiba said as he drew his next card and smiled. I play Sword Stalker, dark attribute. LVL6. Warrior. A monster formed by the vengeful souls of those who passed away in battle. ATK 2000, def 1600, he said as he summoned his monster. The Sword Stalker gathers the life force of a fallen ally, raising his attack points by 20%. Watch, Ann. This is some serious level bullshit. Where on this card does it say that? I call hacks on this series. Sword Stalker 2000 plus 400 equals 2400, ATK 2400 def 1600. So that's why Kaiba allowed me to destroy his monster. It won't matter since I have everything set, Naruto thought, completely unfazed by what just happened. Attack now, Sword Stalker. Kaiba ordered. But as Kaiba's monster charged at Iru, the castle behind Naruto then started to release mist which then covers the field. What's going on? Kaiba asked. Shin's Castle of Mist is a field spell that activates when you attack a monster with 6 samurai in its name, and those attacking monsters lose 500 attack points, Naruto said as Kaiba's monster grew weaker. Sword Stalker's attack power. 2400, 500 equals 1900. The RRR, that still won't be enough, Kaiba said. True, if it wasn't for my face down card, he said as the card flipped over to reveal a trap card. I activate reinforcement, trap. Increase one monster's attack by 500 points. And I use its effect to increase Iru's attack power, Naruto said. The 6 samurai Iru attack power. 1700 plus 500 equals 2200. Now Iru counter-attack, Naruto ordered. Iru then burst from the mist and drove his blade through the weakened Sword Stalker. 2200, 1900 equals 300. Naruto equals 2000. Iba equals 1900, 300 equals 1600. Alright, hey Kaiba, Naruto put the moves on you again. Said an excited Joey. Clueless. If those fools only knew what's in store for Blondie, Kaiba muttered. My turn, draw, Naruto said as he drew from his deck. I summon the 6 samurai Yachi, attribute water. LVL3. Warrior effect. Once per turn. You can target one set spell trap card. Destroy that target. You must control a face-up 6 samurai monster with a different name to activate and to resolve this effect. This card cannot declare an attack during the turn this effect is activated. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another face-up 6 samurai monster you control instead. ATK 1300 Def 800 in attack mode, and with him, I gain 2 more Bushido counters on Gateway of the 6 and 1 more on 6 Samurai United, so now because there are 2 counters on United, I send it from the field to the graveyard and draw 2 cards, Naruto said as he moved the spell card from the field to the discard pile and added 2 new cards to his hand. Now I activate Gate second effect by removing 4 Bushido counters. I can add 1 6 samurai monster to my hand from either my deck or my graveyard, he added as he searched his deck and found what he was looking for. Now with 2 different 6 samurai monsters on the field, I can special summon Great Shogun Shen attribute Fire. LVL 7. Warrior effect. If you control 2 or more face-up 6 samurai monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell trap card each turn. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy a face-up 6 samurai monster you control instead. ATK 2500 Def 2400 and I play 1 card face down and end my turn, Naruto said as his ace monster took center stage, with both Iru and Yachi flanking him. I'll take on your swordsman with a magician. I summon Lijin, the mystical genie of the lamp, dark attribute. LVL 4. Fiend. A genie of the lamp that is at the beck and call of its master. ATK 1800 Def 1000, my wish is his command, Kaba said, but didn't attack, know full well that duel to the field spell out on the field, his monster would be destroyed via counter-attack. Good card, however, it still won't be enough, and I know what you're planning with that monster, since I know full well what card pairs with that card, so instead of charging in blindly, Naruto said, getting a growl from Kaiba, because he'd hoped that Naruto was the same as his younger brother, but that thought was thrown out the window. I activate Yachi's special ability you see once per turn. I can target 1 set spell trap card and destroy that target. However, to resolve this effect I must control a face-up 6 samurai monster with a different name to activate and to resolve this effect. The price for such ability is that this card cannot declare an attack during the turn this effect is activated. So sign I control Iru, who happens to be a 6 samurai monster, my Yachi's ability activates. Though Yachi find the trap and clear the path, he ordered his yellow armored samurai, who then armed his Yumi bow and aimed at his intended target and fired. The arrow then pierced the card, revealing it to be the ancient lamp, and I don't know why this is a trap card when it's a monster card in the OCG and TCG. At this, Kaiba growled. Now that your genie has nowhere to hide, I shall send it to the grave. Go Shen, destroy Lijin with vengeful strike, he ordered. Then Shen drew his blade, which then ignited in red flames. The red-clad warrior then launched and drove his blade into Lijin, destroying said monster. The shock wave of the explosion knocked Kaiba on the ground. 2500, 1800 equals 700. Naruto equals 2000. Iba equals 1600, 700 equals 900. Well, look at that, face down with another man beating your ass. Is it Wednesday already, Kaiba asked Naruto. This caused Kaiba to growl while Joey, Tristan and surprisingly Bakura were laughing at the gay joke Naruto made to the rich kid. That's it, Moto, you're fucking dead, Kaiba said in a menacing tone as he got up. Oh my, I made him angry. Oh well, I play a card face down and end my turn. Your move, Naruto said with a smirk. Iba then pulled the disc back to him. That's it, I'm done playing games. Now behold monster with no equal, for I activate polymerization and fuse the 3 blue eyes in my hand to summon the unstoppable blue eyes ultimate dragon, light attribute. LVL 12. Dragon fusion. Blue eyes white dragon x3. ATK 4500, Def 3800. He said as his 3 dragons became 1 powerful monster. When it appeared, the dragon gave a mighty roar. "Aha, face it, Blondie, you've lost," Kaiba said in his usual arrogant tone, but was slightly surprised that Naruto hadn't flinched or cowered at the face of his all-powerful monster. Naruto then flipped his face down card, and what it was shocked Kaiba. I activate a very rare trap card called Solemn Judgment, counter trap. When a monster would be summoned or a spell trap card is activated, pay half your life points. Negate the summoner activation, and if you do, destroy that card, and by paying half my life points, I negate the summoning of your dragon and destroy it, Naruto said as an old man appeared from the trap card and shot out his hand. When he did, the dragon was disintegrated into particles. This made everyone go wild-eyed with shock, because Naruto had done something that took Yugi from his last duel with Kaiba several turns to do, and Naruto did it in a single turn. 2000, 1000 equals 1000. Naruto equals 1000. Iba equals 900. Iba, I hope that wasn't your best, because if it was then I'm sorely disappointed, Naruto said in a disinterested tone, with Kaiba still shocked that his best was stopped by a never-before-seen card. Sidelines. Wow, did you see that? Tristan asked. I saw alright, but for Naruto to destroy that monster with a single card was impressive, Bakura said. Well, don't be too surprised, Naruto is one of the strongest duelists I've seen to date, and this just proves that, Joey said, knowing that Naruto was here for Serenity and Solomon Moto. Yugi remained motionless, but watched his brother and Kaiba duel, and came to the realization that he was still in his brother's shadow. Hell, even the spirit in the puzzle could sense the overwhelming potential in Naruto, and wondered if his host would one day obtain the same level of confidence and skill as the older sibling. But Naruto versus Kaiba. Kaiba was shocked his most powerful monster destroyed with ease, and he had wasted 3 powerful monsters with no way of getting them back because he did have Monster Reborn in his hand. Kaiba gritted his teeth and stared at Naruto. Naruto, if I lose here, then any chance of saving my brother will be lost forever, but I have a strategy that'll tip the scales into my favor, Kaiba said. This got everyone's attention because those were the same words Kaiba said when he held himself hostage. Oh, and pray tell, what will you be doing to accomplish that? Naruto asked, not caring what his opponent was planning to do. I'm going to force your hand and win this battle, Kaiba said as he backed away and climbed onto the ledge. This action caused everyone but Naruto to look on with shock because Kaiba would do the same against Naruto as he did with Yugi. Go ahead and attack anything I summon and whip out the remainder of my life points, however, the resulting shockwave might cause me to lose my balance, Kaiba said, but was slightly shocked that Naruto didn't flinch, almost as if he didn't care if Kaiba lived or not. Don't tempt me, Kaiba, because you won't like how I'll respond to this opportunity that you've presented to me, Naruto said in a cold and uncaring tone that horrified everyone, even Kaiba and the spirit of the Millennium Puzzle. Why, you're bluffing, Kaiba said. Am I? Am I really bluffing, or are you shocked that I don't value your life as I do with my family and friends? Kaiba, I still haven't forgiven you for what you did to my grandfather. My grandfather is a kind and gentle person who everyone who knew him had much respect for, and the one who raised both me and Yugi after our parents passed away and you put him in the hospital, all because he wouldn't give you his blue eyes white dragon card. That is something I'll never forgive a cowardly scum like you, Naruto said with enough hatred that even Bandit Keith, who was watching the duel, to shiver of the thought what Naruto planned to do to Kaiba. This can't be happening. I was hoping that Blondie would adhere to the same moral compass as Yugi, but from the way he said that he doesn't have a compass, so what happened to this guy to snap, thought Kaiba, trying to rationalize what was going on. So, are you going to end your turn, or are you going to give everyone here a performance, you circus clown? Reject, Naruto said with his arms folded and tapping his right index finger on his left bicep. Kaiba growled, this Blondie not only destroyed his monster, but made his efforts to getting on the field pointless. Kaiba then pulled back his disc and played a monster in defense mode. I play a monster in defense mode, that ends my turn, Kaiba said in a defeated tone. My turn, draw, Naruto said as he drew his next. When he looked at the card he smiled and devilish grin. Well, Kaiba, guess I win this duel and show you why I'm the last person to ever anger, Naruto said as he pulled the disc to him. Naruto then played the card and threw the disc back out. I play Monster Reborn, he said, getting wide-eye looks from everyone. And no, you can't, said a terrified Kaiba. Oh, I can and will now, rise Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. He yelled as the 3-headed dragon appeared behind him and his samurai. The dragon unleashed a mighty roar what sent shivers down everyone's spine. Now Kaiba, this can go either one of 2 ways. I can attack your monster, and as you said the shockwaves will cause you to lose your balance, and you'd fall to your untimely demise, or you surrender the duel, he said, getting shocked looks from everyone. And why would I surrender? Asked Kaiba. Because 1, if you continue then your brother's only hope of freedom dies with you. 2, the children in the audience haven't been exposed to actual death, and 3, he said as he pulled out a small brown bag and juggled it in his hand. Upon doing so, everyone heard the sound of metal hitting one another. I have more than the 10 starships needed to gain entry into the castle, so this duel was never about starships, Kaiba, it was about resolve of being able to push aside one's moral compass to save the people you care about. But know this, Kaiba, I'm sparing your life on a whim, so surrender and go save your brother. Well, I tend to mine, Naruto said as he put the bag away. Kaiba at first wanted to tell the blonde duelist to go screw himself, but his argument basically left no room for any sort of argument. So, sucking in his pride, Kaiba placed his hand over his deck. I surrender the duel, he said, as the holographic monsters faded. Naruto took his cards from the disc and placed them back into his deck box. Kaiba, who had jumped on the ledge and back on the castle ground, approached Naruto to get back his disc. Remember, Kaiba, I let you live on a whim. If you ever try something like this again, don't expect any mercy, for you shall receive none, he said as he left to check on his brother. Kaiba was a bit shocked, but knew that if the roles were reversed, he would have done the same thing. So, after regaining his composure, he collected his dual disc and left to face off against Pegasus. With Yugi and co. Naruto approached Yugi and his group, but a bit hesitant because of the looks he received from said group. Naruto knew that Yugi and his friend saw a side to him that he kept hidden because that side was only meant for those who had hurt his family and of course wanted Yugi to never see that side of him. Steeling himself, he approached his brother who looked horrified at his brother. Then Naruto Nai-san W were going to Yugi asked but was too scared to say it. "Sai Yugi, there are things I've done to protect you and grandpa that I can never take back and I've made peace with myself in knowing as long as my family was safe, I don't care if the devil has made a claim on my soul, but I will do anything and everything to protect my family. You, Grandpa and Serenity are the only ones keeping me sane and if I lose any of you, I fear that my soul will forever be trapped in the darkness that has engulfed my heart," he said as he put on his eye patch, which caused him to revert to his original form. But Nai-san Yugi tried to say, but was stopped when Naruto placed his hand on Yugi's head and rubbed it. "Yugi, what you did was something I couldn't have done and I'm proud of you for not letting the desire to win get in the way of your morals," Naruto said as he pulled out the bag with the extra star chip. He then pulled out 5 and placed them in the 5 empty slots. "Now why don't we go and win back our grandfather's soul and the prize money for Serenity," he said, getting a cheer from Yugi's friends and a weak cheer from Yugi, who was still coming to terms with what had happened during his duel and with what his brother's duel against Kaiba. Naruto then went on ahead leaving Yugi's group. Joey then turned to Yugi. "Yug, I understand where your brother is coming from, because if Serenity were ever put in your shoes when you dueled Kaiba just now then I would show no mercy for hurting my sister," Joey said, which everyone looked at their blonde friend in a different light. "So, don't hate your big bro Yug because for better or for worse, he's always looking out for you because he loves you. Like any sibling should," Joey said right before following Naruto. Yugi looked on as his brother and friend walked away and took what Joey and Naruto said to heart. The same could be said about the spirit in the Millennium Puzzle, who looked on at the older siblings with respect for they'll do anything to protect their family, even if it meant following a dark path just to keep the younger sibling in the light. "Last time?" Then Naruto Nai-san W were you going to Yugi asked but was too scared to say it. "Sai Yugi, there are things I've done to protect you and grandpa that I can never take back and I've made peace with myself in knowing as long as my family was safe, I don't care if the devil has made a claim on my soul, but I will do anything and everything to protect my family. You, Grandpa and Serenity are the only ones keeping me sane and if I lose any of you, I fear that my soul will forever be trapped in the darkness that has engulfed my heart," he said as he put on his eye patch, which caused him to revert to his original form. But Nai-san Yugi tried to say, but was stopped when Naruto placed his hand on Yugi's head and rubbed it. "Yugi, what you did was something I couldn't have done and I'm proud of you for not letting the desire to win get in the way of your morals," Naruto said as he pulled out the bag with the extra star chip. He then pulled out 5 and placed them in the 5 empty slots. "Now why don't we go and win back our grandfather's soul and the prize money for Serenity," he said, getting a cheer from Yugi's friends and a weak cheer from Yugi, who was still coming to terms with what had happened during his duel and with what his brother's duel against Kaiba. Naruto then went on ahead leaving Yugi's group. Joey then turned to Yugi. "Yug, I understand where your brother is coming from, because if Serenity were ever put in your shoes when you dueled Kaiba just now then I would show no mercy for hurting my sister," Joey said, which everyone looked at their blonde friend in a different light. "So, don't hate your big bro Yug because for better or for worse, he's always looking out for you because he loves you. Like any sibling should," Joey said right before following Naruto. Yugi looked on as his brother and friend walked away and took what Joey and Naruto said to heart. The same could be said about the spirit in the Millennium Puzzle, who looked on at the older siblings with respect for they'll do anything to protect their family, even if it meant following a dark path just to keep the younger sibling in the light. Now. The Motos and company were heading for the gate when they met Mai Valentine. Mai saw the group and flinched when she saw Naruto glaring at her with every bit of hate he could muster without drawing everyone's attention. In sensing the tension, Joey decided to break the tension. "Alright, we finally made it. Pegasus's castle," he said as he ran for the door. "Brace you there, Joey," yelled Tristan as he chased after his friend. The others followed suit. "You're on," Joey said. As they ran for the entrance, Naruto couldn't help but glare at Mai, but shook his head because now he was one step closer to his wish. "Don't Serenity Grandpa, just wait a little longer, I'm almost there," Naruto thought to himself. "I'm coming Grandpa," thought Yugi. Upon making their way, they were greeted by the same man who welcomed them on the pier, but for Yugi and friends, they've had several run-ins with this guy. No way had you brats won 10 star chips each. Oh boy. Get lost. This isn't some clubhouse. It's a place for duelist elites," he said as Naruto, Yugi, Mai and Joey stepped forward and presented their dueling glove, showing that they did have 10 star chips. "I guess that means we'll fit right in," Mai said. The guard said, shocked to see 4 duelists with the correct amount of star chips needed to enter the castle. Naruto stepped forward. "Would you mind stepping aside, or would you like for me to toss you aside?" Naruto said, still in a foul mood from his earlier duel with Seto Kaiba. Also, would mind telling housekeeping that I like my pillows extra fluffy. Joey added as he moved to the door, getting a growl from the guard. "You're a doll," Mai joked with Yugi following her to the door where Naruto was placing the star chips into the slot that opened the door. After placing the last star chip and turning the circle panel, the door opened up. At last. "We're finally at the castle," Yugi said, excited to be a step closer to saving his grandfather. The contestants began making their way, but were stopped when Tristan, T and Bakura tried to enter as well. "No, no, no," the guard said as he blocked their path. "You three don't even have dueling gloves," the guard said. "But you have to," T said, but was stopped when Naruto kicked the guard in the back of the head, sending the poor fool several feet across the courtyard before crashing into a tree, knocking him unconscious. Everyone looked at Naruto in shock, and seeing what he did, "Problem solved," was all he said before going further into the castle. Everyone getting over their shock followed after the blonde moto. "There is no time to waste," Yugi said as he ran after his older brother. "You heard the man. Let go," Joey added. "The sooner I find Pegasus, the sooner I can find my grandpa," Yugi thought. After a few minutes of running, the group finds themselves on a balcony coming across someone Yugi's group was familiar with, Bandit Keith. "I can't stand this guy," Joey seethed. However, he wasn't the only who hated this guy. Naruto growled at the mere sight of him. You see, in one of the many tournament duels he attended, he dueled the man in question and had almost lost if it wasn't for the fact that he caught the guy cheating. Keith, in hearing Joey, turns to see the group. "Well, what do you know? If it isn't big, tough Joey and his whole crew of dueling dummies," Keith jabbed, but then he set his sights on Naruto. "And Naruto Moto, I still haven't paid you back since you ratted me out," Keith growled. "You got what you deserved, and a 4-year suspension was a slap on the wrist compared to what I would have done," Keith, Naruto growled as his single eye glowed. "You slime bucket. I've been waiting to find you ever since you left us trapped in that cave," Joey said. Now this got Naruto's attention. "I'm sorry, Joey, but care to repeat what you just said?" Naruto said in a low tone, but those who were familiar with that tone knew full well that Naruto was angry. "This guy trapped us in a cave," was all Joey said, before Naruto charged Keith and slammed him into a wall, breaking said wall and holding Keith at the throat. This shocked everyone, even Kaiba, who was on the walkway down below, who witnessed the whole thing, but decided to turn his attention to what's in front of him. "How dare you endanger my brother?" Naruto yelled as his features changed. By now Yugi was trying to pull Naruto away from Keith. "Big bro, I'm fine, please don't," Yugi begged. Naruto then looked at his brother with his single eye. Naruto growled, but loosened his grip on Keith's neck, who then slid to the floor holding his throat and coughing up some blood. "Keith, I'll give you this one warning: if you ever endanger my brother again, I'll kill you," was all Naruto said before rejoining the group, who were shocked and horrified that Naruto would make such a promise, but knew that Naruto loved his brother and would do anything for him, as evident from his duel with Kaiba. Joey looked at Naruto with both fear and respect. Fear because since he was dating Serenity, would she one day see this side to him, and he respected a guy who will do anything to protect their loved ones. Mai was both horrified and saddened. Horrified because this wasn't the first time she'd seen him this angry, and saddened because the day she saw him that mad was the day their relationship ended, with him hating her with every fiber of his being. Everyone got over their current state when Keith spoke. "That brother of yours is a freak," he said, getting Yugi's attention. "Hey, don't disrespect my brother," he yelled. "Whatever, and in case you haven't noticed, we have front row seats for the real action," he said, getting everyone to look over the balcony. "Real action?" Joey asked as he and everyone sane Naruto looked down below to see Seto Kaiba. "Yeah, the world champion and Pegasus. Although I'd say the former world champion isn't that right," Blondie Keith said as he looked to Naruto, who ignored him in favor of walking to the balcony to see Seto. "Whoa. It is Kaiba," Yugi gasped. "I'd hoped to get first crack at the old man myself, but you know what they say. Save the biggest match for last," Keith said with an air of arrogance that wasn't missed by Naruto. "Wait a minute. Are you saying that those two are going to duel?" Yugi asked. "That is correct," a voice said, getting everyone's attention. "Greeting finalists. I'm Croquet, Chief Tournament Liaison. Congratulations on getting this far. Pegasus is quite taken with all of your dueling talents. In fact, he was so impressed he wanted to reward you with some entertainment, a special exhibition match. I think you'll be quite in awe with what you're about to see." This match should give you an idea of what's in store for all of you," the man named Croquet said as he introduced himself. "So basically it's meant to intimidate us, huh?" Mai asked. "Whatever Pegasus has in store doesn't scare me," Naruto said, getting everyone's attention. "I made a promise to two people who are very special to me, and I will not fail. I cannot fail," Naruto said as he clenched his fists really hard until his nail digged into the palms of his hands, causing blood to drip onto the floor. Yugi and Joey looked to Naruto and knew should either of them fail, he would fight to save Grandpa Solemn Moto and Serenity Wheeler. Tristan and Bakura were touched by his determination to win for the people he loved, since they were made aware for his reason to being in the tournament by Yugi and Joey. Mai was saddened to see that he had found another to fill in the void she had caused, but knew that she had no one to blame but herself and wondered if she had done things differently, would they still be together and would he have fought for her just as hard as he is for whoever he was fighting for. Keith merely scoffed thinking that the blonde punk was putting a show. As touching that may have been, but to answer your question Ms. Valentine, why would Pegasus do something like that? Croquet said getting a glare from Mai. Because he's a grade A nutcase answered Joey. Enjoy the match Croquet chuckled as he left the group. The group then looked down at Seto. This should be interesting Yugi thought. Seto as he stood waiting for Pegasus clutched his pendant little brother, I'm here for you, now and I won't let anything stop me from saving you Kaiba thought as something caught his attention. On the other side of the platform, a door opened up revealing the creator of Duel Monsters and the CEO of Industrial Illusions. Maximilian Crawford Pegasus who was flanked by two of his guards. Where is my brother? Seto demanded. What no hello no how are you I thought we were friends, Kaiba boy. Don't tell me that my kidnapping Makuba and seizing control of your company has put a rift between us, Pegasus said as he approached Seto and stopping just a few feet away from him. It was nothing personal. Besides it's not like I hurt your kid brother. He's perfectly safe. In fact, you can have him back if you like. Just beat me in a duel like we agreed and I'll hand him over. I mean one little victory shouldn't be a problem for the Duel Monsters world champion Pegasus said as his Millennium Eye was partially revealed. Naruto growled as his Duel Monster spirits appeared to try and calm him down, they didn't come out when he attacked Keith was quite simple, they were afraid of him, especially since his anger was tied to his ability to see, hear and feel dual spirits. Now don't get them wrong they love Naruto, and he loves them as well, but when he's angry to the point where he'll most like put someone in ICU or worse the morgue, it's best to stay out of his way, although Kasara Aka Blue Eyes White Dragon being the strongest of all of Naruto's monsters, will step in to stop him from doing something that he may never forgive himself for. Naruto and seeing his dual spirits calm down thanks guys he thought to his dual spirits. Master we'll always have your back great Shogun Shien spoke via telepathy. Naruto-kun, like Shien said, we're here for you the white dragon spoke in an angelic tone that soothed Naruto's anger into a simmer. Again thanks guys Naruto thought with a small smile, but frowned when he turned his attention to Pegasus. That Millennium Eye Pegasus has could make it a real big problem, even for Kaiba Yugi though concerned about Kaiba's chancing of winning against Pegasus. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm not hoping Kaiba loses this duel. I still say he's a first-class jerk for everything he's put us through, but I can't help but feel for him, trying to get his kid brother back Joey said. You and me both Joey added Naruto. As far as I'm concerned anyone who stands up to Pegasus can't be all bad, Tristan said getting agreeing responses from the group seeing Keith. Joey, big bro and Tristan are right, after all what could be more noble than fighting for someone you love? Yugi thought as he stared down at Seto. Time skip. The duel between Kaiba and Pegasus is canon. After witnessing Seto's defeat at the hands of Pegasus and the loss of his soul everyone was angry, but not as much as Naruto who roared and unleashed a blast of red aura which shot everyone back and cracked the balcony. Naruto's features had changed with his eye patch being torn off his face revealing a crimson eye. He then stares down at Pegasus and releases his Kai, something everyone wasn't used to and were now terrified at Naruto. Pegasus pray to whatever deity is willing to listen to you, because I'm coming for you. Naruto roared. Pegasus regained his composure I look forward to your best efforts Naru boy and wonderful performances from all our finalists, but there happens to be too many and I only need 4, so anyone who doesn't have a prize card in their possession is automatically disqualified Pegasus sneered, but on the inside he was terrified and hoped Naruto loses, because anyone with that level of power and killing intent wasn't human. When hearing what Pegasus said, Naruto, Yugi, Mai and Joey pulled out their prize cards, showing 2 $3 million prize cards from Mai and Joey, and 2 wish cards from Yugi and Naruto. Keith didn't have any of those cards, so in a panic he pulled out a gun, but Naruto already angered attacked Keith, disarmed him and tossed his sorry hide down the pit, not caring what happened to him. After all he has already endangered Yugi and his friends once, and he'd be damned should he allow that fool to do so again. However, what no one, not even Naruto had noticed was that his Magatama had cracked evident from his earlier outburst of his mysterious power. A power that scared everyone even the spirits of both the Millennium Puzzle and the Millennium Ring. As Pegasus left the area, his thoughts were turned to something that Shoddy said when he gave him the Millennium Eye. Mini flashback. Pegasus was on the floor holding his face more specifically his left eye. Shoddy stood over Pegasus remember you're only a placehold for the real owner of that eye. When you meet that one that eye is destined for you will relinquish it to the one it was meant for Shaddy said as Pegasus barely conscious looked to the man. And who is the eye destined for? Crawford asked weakly. The boy who possesses a powerful soul and an unstable aura will appear to you, but be warned, the boy bears the spirit of rage deep within his soul, and the pendant he wears won't be able to hold back the spirit for long. Shadi warned. How would I know who it is? Pegasus asked. He will be wearing a magatama and an eye patch covering his left eye, Shadi explained as Pegasus finally lost conscious. Mini flashback end. So he's the one Shadi told me about. No matter, I'm not giving up my chance to bring her back. I'm not giving you this eye, boy, but I'll take your soul should you get to me, Crawford thought. Time skip. Everyone was in their rooms after the creepy dinner with the host, which turned out to be a selection of Whole Duel. Naruto was paired with Mai Valentine, and Yugi was paired against Joey. Throughout the night, the finalists were getting their decks ready for the duel to determine if they had what it took to duel against Maximilian Pegasus. Naruto was communicating with his dual spirits. Yugi was getting his deck ready, while giving the spirit of the Millennium Puzzle the cold shoulder. Mai was doing the same thing as Yugi, but was concerned about her chances of winning, since her opponent is her ex-boyfriend and someone she betrayed. As for Joey, he was sleeping and dreaming of winning the whole tournament. The rest, well, they tried to see how Pegasus cheated in his duel with Kaiba, then they discovered a cult and a bunch of other stuff that thanks to Bakura and his Millennium Ring, everyone in Yugi's group didn't remember anything, so this was a moot point. The next day, I'm skipping straight to the start of the first duel of the quarter-finals. It's a bright and sunny day, and most would feel ready to tackle the day, but for those on Duelist Kingdom, i.e. those in Pegasus Castle, were anxious, especially the 4 finalists. However, Mai was more afraid than anxious because her opponent was someone who wanted to tear her apart for her betrayal of someone she once cared for. The two stood opposite sides of the dueling arena, while Yugi and friends were on the balcony overlooking the dueling arena. So, Yugi, do you have any idea why your brother would hate Mai? Joey asked, wondering why his potential brother-in-law would hate someone so much. It's not my place to tell, all I can say is that Mai betrayed my brother and was somewhat responsible for the loss of his eye, Yugi said, not taking his eyes off the two duelists. Well, whatever the reason is, maybe the two can find some closure because holding on to a grudge for as long as he had is like a poison, and I hope he lets go, Bakura said in a sagely tone. Yugi and the others looked to the white-haired boy and were shocked to hear something like that come from him, unknowingly being heard by Naruto, who wanted to retort but knew that the boy had a very good point. Holding on to a grudge, as long as he had, was like a poison, and it was only getting worse as each day passed, so he took in a deep breath and chose to let go. Before Naruto could speak, Croquet spoke. Duelists, before beginning, please present your prize cards, the butler asked, with both Naruto and Mai showing their cards. Very well, please shuffle your decks and be ready to duel, the butler said, and he stood to the left of Pegasus. Mai and Naruto did as they were told, and after shuffling their decks, they set their cards on the deck zone. Balcony. Good luck, big bro, Yugi yelled, who received a thumbs up from his brother as the magatama around his neck started to glow, and Naruto was replaced by his older form, but chose to keep the eye patch on. Joey then cut in between Tristan and T and stood next to Yugi. Joey, what's with you? Bakura asked. What? Getting a bird's eye view and to see how good Naruto is since his last duel with Kaiba, Joey said, not taking his eyes off of Naruto. You know you or Yugi may end up having to duel him, Tristan said, pointing out what may or may not happen. I know, but I know he's dueling for both his grandpa and my sister, so if either of us loses, then we know who'll carry the torch, the blonde said. That's quite mature review, Joey T said, surprised to see how far Joey has come along since he arrived to Duelist Kingdom. Duel Arena. Before Mai can't say a word, Naruto stopped her. Mai, don't hold anything back. If you want my forgiveness, then duel me with everything you got, he said, shocking everyone sane Pegasus and his butlers, but mostly Mai, because ever since that day, Naruto made his mission to avoid her like the plague, but now he was giving her the opportunity to be forgiven, but knowing him he'll never forget, which was okay, because that bridge has long been destroyed and there was no point in mending it. So this was the best she could hope for, and so, she nodded as if accepting his offer. Mai 2000. Naruto 2000. Duel. The two yelled in unison. I play Harpy Lady, 1300-1400, in attack mode, Mai said as she summoned her favorite monster to the field. Balcony. That move is Mai's standard opening play, Tristan said, having seen firsthand how Mai played. Naruto, be careful, T said, but was stopped by Yugi. T, my brother knows what he's doing, and knowing Mai, she's going to give him the fight to earn his forgiveness, and knowing my brother, he won't make it easy, Yugi stated. Dueling Arena. Then I lay a card face down and end my turn, Mai said, playing a face down. Mai 2000. Harpy Lady 1 face down. 4 cards in hand. Naruto 2000. 6 cards in hand. Good opening play, so I'll start by activating 2 spell cards, 6 Samurai United and Gateway of the Six, then I'll summon a monster in defense mode face down, along with a face down. My turn ends here, Naruto announced. Mai 2000. Harpy Lady 1 face down. 4 cards in hand. Naruto 2000. 2 cards in hand. 1 monster face down defense. Gateway of the 6 Samurai United face down. Playing defensive must have been a bad hand, my thought, not knowing the strategy that was going on through Naruto's head. Balcony. Hey Yug, what gives? Normally your brother would do more than that, Joey pointed out, but Yugi, who knew his brother better than anyone, knew what Naruto was planning. Don't worry Joey, knowing my big bro the way I do, don't underestimate his strategy, because it may cost you, Yugi answered his friend. Well, whatever your brother is planning, better survive, Mai assault, Bakura added. Duel Arena. I guess it's my turn again, Mai said as she played her spell card. High fashion for my Harpy Lady, I activate Cyber Shield, Mai announced as her monster was equipped with the card she just played. 1300 plus 500 equals 1800 Harpy Lady, 1800 1400. Makeover complete, Harpy Lady attack his face down, Mai ordered. Her monster flew up, then dive bombed Naruto's face down, revealing a simian wearing armor and holding a spear. When Harpy Lady's attack made contact, the simian smiled as if it knew its sacrifice will not be in vain. At this Naruto smiled. Thank you Mai, you just played right into my hand, Naruto said with a confident smirk. What do you mean? She asked. The monster you just destroyed was Shen's Futsaldeer, and when he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon one level 3 or lower 6 samurai monster from my deck, Naruto stated, getting a shocked look from Mai. So you had me destroy your face down knowing it was what you needed, she said, realizing her mistake. Balcony. Whoa, I see what you mean Yug, now with that card going to the grave he can search out any card he needs, and I have a feeling I know which one he'll go for, Joey said, hyped to see what his potential future brother-in-law will do. My bro gets me with it, that strategy almost every time, if either of us have to face him be careful, Yugi warned his friend and himself, mostly to the spirit of the puzzle who said nothing, but was watching his host's older sibling. Duel Arena. Naruto searched his deck for the right monster, and once the monster was selected, he summoned it. The monster I summon with Foot Soldier's ability is the 6 Samurai Yachi, 1300-800, Naruto said as he summoned the Samurai Archer, who then proceeded to aim his Yumi bow at Harpy Lady, who then hissed trying to scare the monster, and all it did was make the archer pull back on the bow even harder. Well Mai, it seems our monsters don't like each other, not that I blame him, after all samurais follow a very strict code of honor and duty, and must not be distracted by anyone or anything in their path, Naruto stated, getting a nodded from Yachi, as if agreeing with his master. What is that supposed to mean? Mai asked. It means that my monsters know their goal and will do anything to achieve it. Besides, it's my turn, Naruto said as he drew his next card. I summon the 6 Samurai Uriza, 1500, in attack mode, Naruto said as he summoned a blue armored samurai carrying a futuristic spear. Then I activate 6 Samurai United and send it to the graveyard to draw 2 new cards, Naruto announced as he put the spell card in the discard pile and drew 2 cards from his deck. Now I special summon Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, 2100-800, in attack mode, he added as he summoned an elder samurai in between Yachi and Uriza, who proceeded to bow to the aged samurai. The aged samurai then shot a glare at Harpy Lady, who backed away in fear at the predatory glare from the older samurai. Hell, even Mai felt how intense the glare was, it was as if the monster was peering into her soul, judging her. Pegasus on the outside showed no outward reaction, but on the inside he was seething that the deck he created as a prize for one of the secret tournaments was here, and what's worse, it was in the possession of Naruto Yumoto. Yugi's older brother and the biggest obstacle to getting the Millennium Puzzle. Damn him, those cards plus that spirit he's carrying will mean that getting the puzzle from Yugi boy will be impossible. I hope Yugi defeats Naruto here so that we may duel and I'll have a chance, but there is still the possibility of Naruto facing me in the final duel, Pegasus thought as he hoped that Yugi would defeat his older brother, thus leaving him defenseless against the game master. Balcony. Man, Yugi, your bro is really going all in, Joey said, seeing the same monsters when Naruto dueled against Sito, so he knew how this duel will end. I know Joey, Naruto Nai isn't giving Mai any breathing room, and even if she found a way to get out, he'll put her back into a corner, Yugi said. I see what you mean, Yugi, and your brother is about to start cutting Mai down, Tristan said. Dueling Arena. I activate Yachi's special ability you see once per turn. I can target one set spell trap card and destroy that target. However, to resolve this effect I must control a face-up 6 samurai monster with a different name to activate, and to resolve this effect. The price for such ability is that this card cannot declare an attack during the turn this effect is activated. So since I control Uriza and Grandmaster who happens to be a 6 samurai monster, my Yachi's ability activates. Though Yachi find the trap and clear the path, he ordered his yellow armored samurai, who then armed his Yumi bow and aimed at his intended target and fired. The arrow then pierced the card revealing it to be Mirror Wall, which then shattered the card. Mai was shocked and horrified in seeing her means of defending her monster shattered into millions of pieces. Now that the path is clear, Grandmaster attack Harpy Lady with quickdraw slash, he ordered the aged warrior who then grabbed his sword, then in a flash of steel the aged samurai then sheathed his sword, then with a click Harpy Lady was sliced in half and was destroyed. 2100, 1800 equals 300. 2000, 300 equals 1700. Mai. 1700. Naruto. 2000. Now I'll activate Uriza's effect and attack you directly, Naruto announced, making everyone sane. Yugi, Joey and Pegasus wide-eye. The blue armored warrior then drew his spear and shoot at Mai, thus driving the spear into Mai's side of the field. 1700, 1000 equals 700. Mai. 700. Naruto. 2000. With that, I end my turn, Naruto said. Mai was scared, no, more like terrified. Naruto, her ex, had single-handedly took her apart and on his second turn, had reduced her defenses from 2 to 0. Now she was being stared down by 3 monsters, and one of which could attack her directly, so one more attack and she would lose, so she had to pull a page from Yugi's book and believe in the heart of the cards, and so, she drew her card and smiled. I play Monster Reborn and bring back Harpy Lady. Mai declared, playing the revival spell and bring back her Harpy Lady. Then I play Elegant Egotist and bring out Harpy Lady Sisters, 1950-2100, Mai said as 2 more Harpy Ladies appeared joining their sister. Naruto's monsters looked back to him, seeing if their master was wavering, only to see that Naruto remains strong and has shown no fear. But why stop there when I can summon Harpy's pet dragon, 2000-2500, she announced as she played her fearsome dragon, which then let out a mighty roar, causing Naruto's monsters to falter. But it gets better, you see, my dragon gains 300 attack points for every Harpy Lady I have on the field, and I have 3, so my dragon gains 900 extra attack and defense points, Mai explained. 2000 plus 900 equals 2900, 2500 plus 900 equals 3400. Harpy's pet dragon, 2900, 3400. Balcony. Oh, look at Mai go, she actually made a comeback, Joey said, amazed at how far Mai has come along since the start of Duelist Kingdom. She must really, what is forgiveness, if she's pulling out all the stops, T said, not looking away. Yugi said nothing, but remembered what happened, and Pegasus using his Millennium Eye to see Naruto's history, and I'm not going into much detail and I'm not going to do a flashback, so I'll make this as painless as I can. Naruto was born with an IQ of over 200, so he skipped grades, and when he met Mai, he was 14 years old and she was 17, the two hit it off, but Mai was using him and was planning on dumping him in front of her actual boyfriend, but as time progressed, she began to genuinely like him, but her boyfriend didn't like it and forced Mai to tell him what she knew about him, and she told him about Naruto's younger brother, and they had the boy kidnapped, and Naruto was forced into a position where it was revealed that Mai is only using him, and his brother looked like he was beaten up. Naruto, having one of his eyes cut out by one of the boys with a pocket knife, lost it and lashed out like a possessed demon, and he beat up the kidnappers so badly that it looked like some of them would either die from their injuries or remain crippled for the rest of their lives. A bloodied Naruto picked up his unconscious brother. When Mai tried to stop to see if he was okay, he turned to her with a look of pure hatred towards her and forever trusting her. He made a vow to never forgive and to never forget what she had done. Then he left the alleyway, leaving a shocked and heartbroken Mai as it started to rain, as if to cover her tears as they cascaded down her cheeks. After seeing the memory, Pegasus had a new somewhat respect for Naruto, but that still didn't mean he would forfeit the match if Naruto made it to him. Duel Arena. Naruto wasn't scared, if anything he was excited. Mai was delivering what he asked for, she was bringing her A game, and he was waiting for her to make her move. Oh, my dragon, attack his Uriza, she ordered her dragon to attack, but Naruto saw this coming and activated the face down he played a turn ago. Sorry Mai, I activate my face down negate attack and stop your monster's attack and end your battle phase, Naruto said as he activated his trap card to protect his monsters. Mai clenched her teeth but knew that Naruto was unpredictable and should have expected such a move but ignored the face down he played, her mistake. Well Mai, that was unexpected, but looks like my turn, he said as he drew the next card from his deck and was wide-eye. Mai, I call it final turn, and it starts with this: come forth my faithful engine of destruction, blue eyes white dragon, 3000-2500, he announced as he summoned the dragon of legend. Seeing this card shocked everyone sane, those who knew that he possessed the card, mainly Yugi's group minus Bakura. It can't be you have the fourth blue eyes, Mai said in shock. Yes, my grandpa gave me this card and trusted me to protect it. Now this duel ends here. Blue eyes attack Harpy's pet dragon with burst stream of destruction, he ordered his dragon. The blue eyes then opened its mouth and launched a beam of white energy at Mai's dragon. The beam hit the poor dragon and destroyed it. 3000, 2900 equals 100. Mai. 700, 100 equals 600. Naruto. 2000. And now, Uriza attack her directly end this duel. Naruto ordered his monster, who then rushed past Mai's remaining monsters and launched his spirit her, and this taking the remainder of her life points. Mai. 700, 1000 equals minus 300. Mai. 0. Naruto. 2000. Winner. Naruto Yumoto. The winner of the duel and proceeding to the semifinals is Naruto Yumoto. Croquet announced the winner to the first duel of the finals. Yugi and friends cheered for Naruto's victory and Naruto looked at Mai. Mai, he said, getting her attention. You've earned my forgiveness, he said, getting a shocked look from Mai. But know this, forgiving you wasn't my idea, for that you should be thanking my current girlfriend for convincing me into forgiving you, so thank her when you see her, Naruto said. Before leaving, he was stopped. Wait. Mai yelled. Who is your girlfriend? Mai asked to know who was the one to convince him to forgive her. Her name is Serenity Wheeler, Joey Wheeler's younger sister, and one of the ones who I'm here for. She's losing her sight, and I need the prize money to pay for the operation she needs to save her sight, he said as he left, not even reversing the effect of the Magatama. Mai was speechless that someone had managed to talk him into forgiving her, and she wanted to find her and thank her, and maybe learn how she managed to talk the blonde into forgiving her. As this was going on, both Yugi and Joey were staring at each other because now, two very good friends must duel to see who'll proceed to the semifinals and will duel against Naruto, then Pegasus. Now. Yugi's match with Joey is canon. It was time. It was time for both Yugi and Naruto to duel each other for the right to duel against Pegasus and win back their grandfather's soul, and in Naruto's case, claim both the prize money and Solomon's soul, so his family can be together. Up on the balcony overlooking the two, Yugi's friends were worried because Yugi was now forced to duel against his own family for a chance of dueling Pegasus, knowing full well that Naruto wanted the same thing. Duel Arena. This final play-off match between Yugimoto and Naruto will now determine who will win the tournament and who will duel against Maximilian, Pegasus Croak announced. I know that Big Bro is dueling for Grandpa and Serenity, but do I have what it takes to defeat Big Bro and force him to lose his chance of helping his girlfriend? Yugi thought, beginning to doubt if dueling his brother was worth it. I have to win this for both Serenity and Grandpa, Naruto thought as he remembered the times he had with his family and Serenity. From the birthdays he had to all the good times he had when his parents were alive, then to when he lost them and vowing to always protect what family he had. Then when he met Serenity and the time they shared, to when she revealed to him her sickness and promising to always be at her side and to one day find a way to help her. I promised I'd find a way to help her, and now that I have, I won't let anyone stop me from saving my family. I'm sorry, Yugi, but this is the end of the line for you, Naruto thought, but something inside of him began to stir and his Magatama cracked even more. Balcony. Who would have guessed that out of all the duelists who started in this tournament, that two brothers would end up having to duel against each other, Bakura stated, surprised to see both Yugi and Naruto staring each other down. Yeah, this is definitely harsh if not cruel, but at least one of them gets a shot at defeating Pegasus, Tristan said, trying to find a silver lining in the situation. It must be hard for Yugi having to duel against his own brother, even though he's fighting for the same thing. But don't you think it would have been easier for them to just flip a coin or something? Then we can move on the duel against Pegasus. T asked, completely worried for her friend love interest having to duel against his own brother. I know what you mean, both Yugi and Naruto are here to save the ones they love, but is Yugi willing to fight his brother, knowing that the chance of saving his girlfriend, my sister, may be taken from him, said an equally worried Joey. I don't think it works that way, T Tristan said. Then why doesn't it? They're brothers, they shouldn't be made to fight each other, T said. I totally get what you're saying, but I doubt either one of them will listen, Tristan stated, knowing that the duelists will not back down from this duel. Well, whatever the outcome, one of them is going to duel Pegasus, and neither one of them plans to back out, Bakura said. Duel Arena. Big Bro, wait a sec, Yugi said, but was cut off by his brother. Listen, little brother, I hope this isn't about you planning on backing out, because if it is, then save it, Naruto said, harshly, shocking Yugi. But Naruto, Yugi tried to argue. I know what you were planning to say, but I want this as a way to see how far you've come as a duelist, but don't expect me to hold anything back, because I plan to come at you with everything I got, Naruto stated with unwavering determination. Yugi was shocked to hear that his own brother was willing to go through with dueling him, even if it means he'd lose his chance of saving Serenity, but knowing Naruto, he'll have him fighting for the win. I know you're here for the same reason as I am, but I want to see who has the better chance of challenging Pegasus, so as your brother I ask you to give me an honorable duel, Naruto demanded. Yugi only sighed and knew full well that his brother won't let him forfeit. Hein-ai-san, Yugi said before his Millennium Puzzle came to life and transformed Yugi into his alter ego. Very well, brother, I'll give you an honorable match, the older Yugi said, causing Naruto to smirk. Your gracious host will now give a few opening remarks, Croak announced. Congratulations, duelists, you're the finest in the world. and for that reason I look forward to this duel, especially a duel against brothers, and should give anything less than your best I will know," Pegasus said with a somewhat sadistic grin, causing Naruto to growl at the manhole, was taking pleasure in watching them dance to his tone, little did he know that the eye under his eye patch was glowing a blood red. "Yugi, before we start remember don't hold back because I'm coming at you with everything I have," Naruto said as he placed his shuffle deck on the deck slot. "Right," was all Yugi said as he knew full well that Naruto wasn't one to hold back when it mattered, and truth be told, he's never beaten him in a duel because Naruto was an unorthodox duelist with strategies that just came out of nowhere but held a huge advantage for the older blonde. Balcony. With what's on the line for these two, I doubt that Pegasus will have to worry about those two not dueling at their best, Bakura thought. Arena. Having the Moto brothers duel each other, what delicious fun, the oldest brother always looking out for his youngest, while the youngest always looked up to the oldest, now forced to duel each other, what a tragedy though Pegasus. "Alright big bro, you wanted my best, so I'll give it to you," Yugi thought. The two stared at each other intently while remembering everything that led them to this point, as well as their reasons for coming to the island. Yugi wanting to save his grandpa and Naruto wanting to not fail in saving those he loves. "Let the match begin," announced Croak. "Let's duel," Naruto and Yugi yelled. Naruto Moto vs Yugi Moto. Naruto. 2000. Yugi. 2000. "I summoned Celtic Guardian, 1400-1200, in attack mode," Yugi announced as he summoned his first monster as to test the water. Naruto then grinned at Yugi's play as if he had anticipated this good move. "Yugi, but I know what you're doing, so please continue," Naruto thought. Balcony. And there they go, two brothers fighting for the people they love, but at what cost? T said, almost tearful of having to watch. "I know what you mean T, everything is at stake for Naruto, the ability to save both my sister and his grandpa, and the same for Yugi," Joey said, but was continued by Tristan. "Talk about pressure, I wish they could both win," Tristan said in a defeated tone. "The stakes are high, but hopefully after everything is all said and done, there might be a way for both to get what they want," Bakura said, wishful thinking. "Duel Arena, Pegasus." Wishful thinking Bakura. "But, after everything is said and done, I'll be the only one who'll get what I want. Including what I want from you," Pegasus thought. Duel Arena, Naruto vs Yugi. "Alright bro, it's your turn now," Yugi stated. "Okay, I summon a monster in defense mode face down, and I'll set a card as well, and with that my turn is over," Naruto said, completing his turn, leaving his brother to guess what was played on Naruto's side of the field. "I was hoping that my brother would attack so that I can gauge what he's up to, whatever his face down is, it's probably Shen's foot soldier hoping for me to attack into it so he can activate its special ability, but he didn't play 6 Samurai United or Gateway of the Six, so whatever he played is probably something he doesn't need, but then there is his face down, so it would be careless to just attack, looks like I'll just have to take a gamble," Yugi thought before making his decision. "Oh Celtic Guardian, attack his face down," Yugi ordered his monster into attacking. The elf warrior drew his blade and charged. The monster that was revealed wasn't the simian warrior Yugi was expecting, but an aged warrior with prosthetic arms and legs as he cleaned his sword. The old samurai noticed the elf warrior and held up the katana he was cleaning and effortlessly blocked the elf warrior's assault. "Well little brother, it would seem that you carelessly attacked into Chamberlain of the 6 Samurai, 200-2000, whose defense points are higher than your warrior's attack points, so looks like your carelessness will cost you," Naruto said as Yugi's life points took a drop. 2000, 1400 equals 600. 2000, 600 equals 1400. Yugi. 1400. Naruto. 2000. Balcony. "Looks like Naruto drew first blood and didn't have to lift a finger to do it," Bakura stated. "Man, it not like Yugi to make such a simple mistake, but then again having to duel against your own brother can make you believe you know how they play, so I'm guessing Yugi believed he was going to use the same strategy he used on Mai," Tristan said, remembering Naruto's duel with Mai and how he played a monster in face-down defense and benefited from her careless attack. Knowing Naruto from the stories that Yugi's Gramp spoke of, Naruto never employed the same move once an opponent sees it, Joey said, remembering what Solomon said about Naruto's dueling prowess. Duel Arena. "I can't believe I ran into that trap so easily, I thought he would employ the same strategy as he did with Mai. But he didn't play the 2 spell cards that would have revealed his plan, damn it, I should have paid more attention," Yugi thought in frustration with his reckless attack on his brother's face-down monster. Yugi, Naruto said, getting his brother's attention. "Remember, here and now every move you make has to count and only make the big plays where they count, because one false move here either I or Pegasus would capitalize on that simple mistake and use it to our advantage. Grandpa and I taught you these lessons, but you had to also learn from those lessons yourself to become a good duelist, but even the best of us can at times make mistakes, so in order to avoid such things from happening, you must think ahead and carefully plan every move you make before it's even been made. I have ran countless scenarios in my head as to how this duel will go, and so far, it's been going exactly how I predicted, Naruto stated, getting a shocked look from everyone, even Pegasus, though he quickly regained his composure. What are you saying? Yugi asked. I'm saying that you're quite predictable, and that there is a problem since I know all the cards in Grandpa's deck and how they play off one another, making the deck a near perfect balance of offense and defense, but the deck is flawed due to the fact that it's a very slow deck and relies on combo pieces. For example, Dark Magician plus Magical Hats plus Spellbinding Circle equals if I were to attack with a high-powered monster and attack into the hat with a trap. My monster loses 700 ATK, which will allow the Dark Magician an opening to attack. See where I'm going here? Naruto asked Yugi, who was shocked because his brother just mentioned one of his own favorite combos. I see what I was saying holds merit because Grandpa used the same strategy on me when I first started, so I know every combo in that deck and I know how to counter them, so if you think I'm wrong then please correct me, Naruto said in a way that was daring Yugi to challenge his own knowledge of Grandpa's deck. Alchemy. Man, and I thought Pegasus would be tough, but Naruto is on a whole other level, and with his own knowledge of the deck, Yugi is using, Tristan said, but was finished by Bakura. Then Naruto has the advantage because Yugi may have seen Naruto's own deck in action, but has yet to reveal all of its secrets. Secrets that he's been holding on to till this very day, the white-haired boy said. It's kind of unfair that Naruto would do that, but given the situation it's no surprise why he would in a tournament like this. You're gonna need an ace in the hole, Joey said, understanding the situation, but it didn't mean he had to like it. All the while T looked on with worry. Duel Arena. I'll show you predictable. I summon Gaia the Fierce Knight, 2300-2100, Yugi growled as he summoned his horse-mounted warrior, but the moment his knight touched the field, a giant hole opened up and the monster fell through and the hole closed up, destroying the recently summoned monster. This shocked everyone save Naruto, who had a smirk. What happened? Yugi asked, confused as to what had just happened. I see you had completely forgotten my face down card, Yugi, a mistake which cost you a monster, Naruto said, revealing the card to be Trap Hole. Trap normal when your opponent normal or flip summons one monster with 1000 or more ATK. Target that monster. Destroy that target. At this, Yugi once again fell right into Naruto's trap, and this time it was his own fault because he had forgotten the face down his brother played last turn and carelessly played a high-powered monster without removing the threat of the trap card. Yugi, I know you're better than this, and if this is all you can do, then forfeit the match because this is becoming a waste of everyone's time, Naruto said in a harsh tone that caused Yugi to flinch. But bro, silence Yugi. I expected your best here and all I'm getting from you are rookie level mistakes. You made it this far into this tournament and I expected your best. So where is that drive to save Grandpa, or is that drive gone after your duel with Kaiba? Naruto asked, wondering if this duel was worth his time anymore. At this, Yugi and the spirit were wondering if Naruto was right and that they should just forfeit, but then they remembered what Naruto said before the start of the tournament. Mini flashback. Naruto turned to Yugi and his group. I'm going on my own, better if you learn how to manage without me, he said, making Yugi saddened that his big brother wasn't going to stay with the group. Then he felt two fingers pressing against his forehead, and how Itachi pokes at Sasuke, causing he to rub his forehead. Don't be so disheartened Yugi, I have faith in you and I'll see you in the finals, he said, grinning. Yugi smiled. I'll see you there, big brother, he said. Naruto then walked away from the group as the fireworks lit up the sky. Mini flashback over. Big bro was looking forward to facing me in the finals, and this is what I have to show for it, Yugi thought. Don't lose faith Yugi, we may have ran into bad luck, but we can still turn this duel around, the spirit of the puzzle said, trying to convince his host that the duel can still be won. Okay, let's show big bro that this duel isn't a waste of time, Yugi said to the spirit. Big bro, I'll show you that this duel isn't a waste of time. Starting with this, I activate Monster Reborn to bring back Gaia the Fierce Knight, 2300-2100, Yugi said as he revived his fallen warrior. Now Gaia attack. Yugi ordered his now revived warrior. Gaia then charged at the samurai and thrust its lance at old samurai, thus destroying it. Your old samurai is no more, Yugi commented. It seems that you're now taking this seriously like I wanted, but you still have a long way to go, Yugi, Naruto said as he drew from his deck. Because I summoned Blue Eyes White Dragon, 2500s, in attack mode, he said, summoning his dragon, shocking everyone sane Pegasus in seeing that Naruto would unleash such a powerful monster on his own brother. Alchemy. Looks like Naruto decided to get serious if had to bring out that thing, Tristan said, unnerved to see one of the strongest monsters in the game being used against his friend. No kidding, and I thought Kaiba would be the only one to use that card against Yugi, but I guess even Naruto isn't above using it, Joey said in response to Tristan's comment. T didn't say anything, but looked on with worry as Yugi was now at the mercy of his older brother. Duel Arena. Yugi, I hope you're ready because here I come. Blue eyes attack his knight with burst stream of destruction. Naruto ordered his dragon which then opened its maw and fired a beam of plasma at the knight, destroying it upon impact. 3000, 2300 equals 700. 1400, 700 equals 700. Yugi. 700. Naruto. 2000. I lay down one card face down, and with that I end my turn, Naruto said, ending his turn. Yugi only sighed and drew his card, only to see that he drew his favorite card, and he looked at the other cards in his hand, began to formulate a strategy. Okay, we have the Dark Magician, Magical Hats and Spellbinding Circle, but as Big Bro said he knows this combo, so maybe we can surprise him with a combo of our own. Yugi thought to the spirit as he noticed another card in his hand. Yes, he may know Grandpa's strategies, but not ours, the spirit said to his host. I play the Dark Magician, 2500 2100 in attack mode, and I place 3 cards face down and end my turn, Yugi said, now being cautious to the face down card. At this Naruto raised a brow. Is he really using that old trick? But still a third card is new, but still the same old parlor trick. Naruto though. Yugi, I hope this is something new because if not then I'll be very disappointed, the older blonde said as he drew a card from his deck. Blue eyes attack the Dark Magician. Naruto commanded his beast to attack, only for 4 hats with question marks on them to appear. I activate magical hats to protect my Dark Magician and Celtic Guardian, as well as to hide a few surprises, so tell me brother, which hat will you attack? Yugi said as if goading his brother to attack. 4 hats and 1 contains the Dark Magician, and 2 of them contains traps to either weaken the attacking monster or destroy it, and the last one hides Celtic Guardian. Looks like Yugi wants to take a gamble with this, so I shall do the same, Naruto thought as he made his decision. Blue eyes attacked the hat on the far left. Naruto ordered his dragon. The monster then compiled and shot an energy beam at said target, which destroyed the hat revealing the Celtic Guardian, but fortunately for Yugi, he switched the monster to defense mode, so to take no further damage. 1 down 3 to go, but I end my turn here, Naruto announced, getting a sigh of relief from Yugi and his friends. Balcony. Man, talk about a close call. If Yugi hadn't activated magical hats, it would have been game over for Yugi, Tristan said. I know, but Naruto isn't going to give up because he promised my sister that he would win this for her, and don't forget that he's also doing this to save his grandpa as well, so even if Yugi loses, Solomon is going to be saved, Joey said, knowing that Naruto was here for the same reasons why both he and Yugi were also here for. T wanted to say something, but knew that Joey was right, but she silently cheered for Yugi to win. Duel Arena. Yugi drew a card from his deck and ended his turn, thus forcing Naruto to draw from his deck. Okay, so now I'm left with 3 hats, and only one of them contains the Dark Magician, and the other 2 contains a few surprises. Naruto thought as he looked at the last 3 remaining hats, then decided to strike. Blue eyes attacked the hat on the left, the dragon did as it was commanded and shot its attack to Ur's target. Upon destroying the hat, a familiar circle appeared. I play the Spellbinding Circle trap. Continue. Select one monster your opponent controls and activate one or more of the following effects. 1. It loses 700 ATK. 2. It cannot attack or change its battle position. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. To trap your dragon and weaken it, Yugi said, but was stopped when Naruto activated a card he set last turn. Sorry Yugi, but I activate Trap Jammer, trap counter when your opponent activates a trap card during the battle phase. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. And with it, I negate the activate of you little circle and destroy it, so my dragon is safe from your seal, and your Dark Magician, Naruto stated as his counter trap. Negate Yugi's trap and thus prevent Yugi's ace monster from counter-attacking. At this Yugi clenched his teeth, but he knew his brother would fall for a strategy his grandpa did on him once before, and he sure was hell wasn't going to fall for it again, especially if Yugi was going to employ the same tactic. This isn't good, I only have 2 hats left and only one's chance to survive the next attack. I hope my brother isn't expecting the trap I laid in the event he does aim for the correct hat, Yugi thought, as he hoped for his brother to attack the wrong hat again. Balcony. Man, this is intense. Now Yugi is down to 2 hats left and one of them can either turn the duel into Yugi's favor or end it, Tristan said. You're telling me I'm on edge just from watching this duel? I mean, Yugi almost had him with that trap card, but Naruto countered it, as if expecting it. Man, what he said about that strategy being predictable is true if you've seen it once before, Joey added, knowing that if Yugi used the same strategy, he might have done the same. T and Bakura added nothing to the conversation, since the former was worried for Yugi, while the latter watched with silent anticipation. Duel Arena. After Yugi drew his next card, he ended his turn. Naruto followed up with drawing a card. Alright, blue eyes attacked the hat on the right. The dragon did as it was commanded and shot its attack to its target. Upon destroying the hat, a mirror-like surface appeared which then started to crack. This shocked everyone, especially Pegasus. I play Mirror Force. When an opponent's monster attacks, redirect the attack to all attack position monsters your opponent controls. Your opponent takes damage equal to half of the original ATK of the destroyed monsters. AN. I don't know if this was the early anime effect of Mirror Force, and not only does it reflect your dragon's attack back to itself, but you take damage equal to half of your monster's attack. Yugi said as the mirror shattered, sending shards back at Naruto's blue eyes, destroying it. Naruto. 2000, 1500 equals 500. Naruto. 500. Yugi. 700. Balcony. Dee breathed a sigh of relief at seeing Yugi pull through. Thank Kami, now Yugi can counter-attack, she said, seeing Yugi pull out ahead. I don't know, Yugi may have destroyed Naruto's dragon, but now it's anyone's game, Bakura finally said. What do you mean? Look at him, he hasn't shown any sign of distress or anger, Bakura pointed out. This made everyone look at Naruto and realized what he said held true. Naruto may have been surprised to see Mirror Force, but his demeanor didn't change. Which means that Naruto could still win this duel. But Pegasus. Well done, Yugi boy, now, all you have to do is end this, then you'll be all mine, chuckled Pegasus, hoping for Yugi to win his duel against the only real obstacle between him and Yugimoto. The whole time Pegasus has been trying to use the Millennium Eye to see into Naruto's mind, but for some reason something was blocking him, and whatever it was, wasn't too happy to see him, and it frightened him almost as bad as when he created the Ancient God cards. Now that's a very large can of worms that he never wanted to revisit. So he decided not to try it again, if he could help it. Duel Arena. Naruto didn't say a word as he laid a card face down and ended his turn. Dark Magician, 2500-2100, appear, Yugi commanded as his ace monster appeared from the single remaining hat. Yes, just one more attack, and this duel is as good as one. Yugi though, as he planned to end this duel and be one step closer to save his grandfather. I set a card face down and play Summon Skull, 2500-1200, in attack mode. With this I end my turn, Yugi said as he ended his turn. Naruto then drew, and the card he pulled caused him to look in shock, for the card he pulled was the very first card his grandpa gave him. Flashback. It was a week after both Naruto and Yugi's parents passed away. Little Naruto was alone in his room staring blankly out the window looking at the rain. Solomon then ended his room. Naruto-chan, dinner's ready, he stated to the boy, hoping to get a response. I'm not hungry, Naruto whispered, just soft enough that only Solomon could hear. The old man looked at his grandson with a sad look, guessing that the loss of his parents hit him harder than it did little Yugi, since Yugi was still too young to understand the concept of death, which can't be said the same about Naruto, since he was fully aware of said concept. Solomon sighed and put both hands into his pocket, then he felt something in one of them. He then pulled it out and found an envelope addressed to Naruto, and it was from his late son and late daughter-in-law Aknam and Kishimoto, Anne. Since both Yugi's parents are unnamed, I just gave them these names. Naruto, I have a letter here from your parents, he said as he presented the envelope to the blonde. Naruto took the envelope, opened it and removed its contents. The contents were 2 cards and a letter addressed to him. The letter read. Our dear son. We wish you the strength to face every new challenge with confidence, along with the wisdom to choose your battles carefully. We wish you great adventures on your journey, and may you always stop to help someone along the way. Listen to your heart and take risks carefully. Remember how much you're loved. We're so proud of you. Love, Mom and Dad. P.S. The cards in the envelope were your father's favorite cards, and now they're yours, son. After reading the letter, Naruto finally broke as the tears that he held for so long finally cascaded from his eyes, down his cheeks and onto the letter. Solomon, in seeing his grandson in such pain, went up to him and hugged Naruto. I know, my boy, I miss them too so very much, he said as he too was crying along with his eldest grandson. Flashback end. Naruto then closed his eyes and took a deep breath, as if to calm himself down. Alright, I'm ending this now. First I activate the spell card Mystical Space Typhoon spell. Quick play, target 1 spell trap on the field. Destroy that target. To destroy your face down card, Naruto said as a vortex erupted from the card to destroy Yugi's face down card. Now I activate my face down card, Call of the Haunted. Trap continuous. Activate this card by targeting 1 monster in your Jai. Special summon that target in attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. To bring back Blue Eyes White Dragon, he said as the named dragon erupted from the ground onto the field. Yugi, I'm ending this duel with not my dragon, but with the final gift of our parents, he announced, getting a shocked look from Yugi. What do you mean? He asked. You see, before the accident, Mom and Dad were planning on giving me this card, but they had Grandpa hold on to it in case something happened, and so I use it now. I activate the spell Blackluster Ritual. Spell Ritual spell. This card is used to ritual summon Blackluster Soldier. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal 8 or more. He said as a ritual altar appeared on the field. At this everyone was shocked because Naruto was in the possession of the legendary Black Luster ritual, which also means that he had the monster to go with the ritual card. I offer my revived dragon as tribute to summon a warrior with no equal. The forces of light and darkness intertwined. I open the gates of chaos. Come forth Black Luster soldier. He called out as cracks appeared on the revived dragon which then erupted into shards of light, and in place of the dragon was a warrior wearing black armor with gold trims, carrying a sword and shield, and if you don't know the artwork of the original card, then look it up. Black Luster soldier, attribute. Earth, level 8, warrior ritual, 2500s, you can ritual summon this card with Black Luster ritual. The warrior stared down Yugi's monster which caused them to back away. But I'm not done Yugi, now I activate Monster Reborn, he said. Now Yugi was afraid because now his chances of him saving Grandpa and finally beating Naruto was now impossible. The bring back Blue Eyes White Dragon, 2500s, I am sorry Yugi, but my dream, my wish is to save both Grandpa and Serenity. I love them both with every fiber of my being, and to save them, and to protect them I would do anything, so again I'm sorry little brother, but this time you're not getting in my way, he said almost with a growl, but he stopped himself as if he was fighting his other side. Yugi clenched his teeth as he was fighting the tears that were welling up. But he knew that if anyone could save their grandpa, it was Naruto. It's okay big bro, I know you can save grandpa, so do it he said, willing to accept defeat. Okay Yugi, I equip my warrior with invigoration, spell card equip, an earth monster equipped with this card increases its ATK by 400 points and decreases its def by 200 points. To increase Black Luster soldier's attack to 3400, but its defense will go down by 200, but that doesn't matter he said. ATK. 3000 plus, 400 equals 3400 def. 2500, 200 equals 2300. 3400 2300. The Black Luster soldier attacked the Dark Magician with Chaos Slash. He ordered his monster to attack Yugi's ace monster. The ebony armored warrior's blade shined with both light and dark energy, right before it launched a downward energy slash at the Dark Magician. 3400, 2500 equals 900. Yugi. 700, 900 equals 0. Yugi. 0. Naruto. 500. Naruto. Winner. And the winner of the semi-final round is Naruto Moto, who'll now have the honor to duel against Maximilian Pegasus Croquet announced. Naruto and Yugi picked up their cards and left the arena. For Naruto was to prepare his deck to face off against Pegasus, and for Yugi was to join with his friends up on the balcony to watch his brother square off against the game master himself, who was looking pretty pissed with a mix of worry. Since now he had to duel against the true wielder of the Millennium Eye. The mere fact that he was no more than a placeholder for the meant to have it was angering enough. Now he wanted to prove that he was the Eye's true host, so now he needs to prepare for the duel to not only determine who'll win the grand prize, but also determine the Eye's true host. Now. As Naruto is getting ready for his duel against Pegasus, Yugi came into his room. Naruto, are you busy? Yugi asked. I'm just about done Yugi, Naruto said as he placed his deck into his deck box. Naruto then got up from the chair by the desk and walked over to his brother. What do you need, little brother? I wanted to wish you luck against Pegasus. If anyone can beat him and save Grandpa, it's you Yugi said, but was surprised when Naruto placed his hand on his head. Don't worry Yugi, you can count on me, and beside our duel has shown me that you've grown both as a duelist and as a man. Our parents would be proud of Naruto said, giving his famous infectious grin. This caused Yugi to smile the biggest smile he could make. All the while the spirit of the Millennium Puzzle watched as the two brothers interacted and smiled and wondered if he had a similar relationship but cannot seem to remember his own past. Go back to your friends Yugi and watch as I beat Pegasus he stated. Nice and give him hell, Yugi said as he ran out of the room to join his friends. Once gone, Naruto looked at his Magatama and noticed how damaged it is and sighed almost regretting to ask how long do you have until you all fade. The dual spirits of the six samurai appeared before him with a saddened look on their faces. This might be the last duel, we'll be at your side, Great Shogun Shen said in a somber tone, as if not wanting to speak the truth, but knew that there was no denying that they were fading. Naruto took a deep breath and looked at his dual spirits. Very well, if this is our last battle, then as the supreme commander of the six samurai, we'll give Pegasus a battle he'll never forget he said, as the dual spirits agreed. As Naruto left his room, the dual spirits of the six samurai then turned to Blue Eyes White Dragon Kasara and Black Luster Soldier. Once we're gone, please take good care of him. The darkness in his soul is still trying to take over, and we fear that as soon as we fade, it'll seize the opportunity to take over. He is such a kind-hearted individual. But for one to be born with only half a soul is unheard of, Hand of the Six Samurai said with worry about Naruto and his own internal struggle against his darkness. The blackluster soldier then approached the six samurai. "I promise to honor your request to be best of our abilities, and besides, I don't know why, but when Naruto summoned me, it feels as if me and Naruto are more alike, as if we're one," and the same blackluster soldier said, getting the six samurai and Kasara's attention. "You and Naru-chan are one and the same, what does that even mean?" Kasara asked, wondering what her companion was talking about. "I don't know why, but ever since Naruto acquired me, it's as if the darkness in him fears me, as if my very appearance angers it," blackluster soldier said. "You can discuss this later, for now we're going into our final battle," Grandmaster of the Six Samurai stated when the six samurai left the room. Blackluster soldier and Blue Eyes White Dragon looked to each other and nodded only to do the same as the six samurai and vanished. With Naruto. "This is it, just me and my deck against Pegasus. Pegasus may have captured his soul, but his spirit lives on in me. I promise Grandpa Serenity, I'll save you both, even if it's the last thing I do," Naruto said to himself as he approached the arena where he is to do battle with Pegasus. Naruto then thinks back to the times where his grandpa would teach him how to play duel monsters, with little Yugi learning right beside him, to his time with Serenity and his vow to always protect her. Although to her it sounded like a marriage proposal, but Naruto being Naruto didn't understand what did she mean by that, only smiled at him, saying she'll tell him later. Naruto was pulled from his thoughts as he approached the door to the arena. The door opened up revealing Yugi and his friends waiting for him. "Huh? Surprise Nai-san," Yugi said, greeting his brother even though they spoke not too long ago. "Everyone, what are you?" "Hey Naruto, we all want to wish you well," Tristan said. "Thank you Tristan," Naruto said. "Looks like you finally made it, just remember you're doing this not just for your grandpa, but for my sister too," Joey stated. "Joey, I know this better than anyone else, so please have faith in me and my ability to succeed," Naruto said to Joey. "The time has come, would Naruto Yumoto the challenger please enter the duel ring? Mr. Pegasus awaits you," Croak demanded. "Hi," Naruto said as he made his way to the duel ring. The Magatama lit up, causing it to crack even further, but it managed to hold its form as Naruto's form changed. He removed his eye patch and pocket as his once empty eye socket revealed a red eye with a slit. "I hope it holds out for a little while longer," Shen said that this may be the last duel the Magatama can take before it breaks, and the six samurai vanish, and whatever this dark feeling is, comes back tenfold. Naruto thought, actually scared of whatever this darkness is, as it's been a part of him since his parents died, and the first time he unleashed it was when Yugi was kidnapped, and it scared him as he remembered the type of damage done to those bullies and how some of them are still in the hospital. Naruto then shakes his head, banishing these thoughts as right now he needs to concentrate on his duel against Pegasus. "Naruto-san looks so determined," T said. "Nai-san took him down," Yugi said, cheering for his brother. "We know you can," Tristan said. "Put that slime bucket in his place once and for all," Joey said. Once Naruto made it to his side of the ring, he pulled out his deck. "The challenger has entered the stadium. And now, for your dueling pleasure, Castle Pegasus is proud to present the creator of duel monsters and all its wondrous cards," Croquet stated. "And the bastard who stole my grandfather's soul." Naruto thought as a bit of the darkness in his soul surfaced. The undefeated, undisputed ruler of Duelist Kingdom, Maximilian Pegasus Croquet, announced as Pegasus approached the dueling ring, flanked by two of his guards carrying trays that carried his deck. "At last Pegasus, you're mine," Naruto growled in thought. "Now let the duel begin," Croquet announced. Pegasus looked absolutely livid as he can no longer get to little Yugi until he deals with the one before him. He signaled for the guard on the right to step forward so he could receive his deck. Once he got his deck, Pegasus made his way to the ring. "So, Naru boy, you've turned out to be quite the young duelist, battling your way past all the other challengers, winning your way into the castle just to face me," Pegasus said. "Pegasus. Before we begin this duel, I want you to agree to honor your promise that if I win, you'll grant me my wish," Naruto yelled to Pegasus. "But of course, I am a man of my word and I know how you want to have your family together since you and Yugi boy lost your parents," Pegasus said, getting a snarl from Naruto. "And that's not all. I may not know them or like them, you must also free the souls of Sito and Makuba Kaiba," he demanded. "What a strange demand. I thought you hated Kaiba as much as you hate me," Naruto Pegasus questioned. "I may hate him, but even I wouldn't wish their current fate on even my worst enemy, and Yugi asked me to since he made a vow to Makuba to save Sito, so now his desire to help him are now my own," Naruto said, not really caring about Sito or Makuba, but if he were in Sito's place, he would have done the same thing, something even he hated to admit. "Ah, I see, your brother made a vow to Makuba and now asked you to carry the torch," Pegasus said as he read Naruto's mind, although he had to be careful as Naruto's mind was like a raging storm. Did he just read my mind? Naruto thought as he then heard a snarl in his mind. The fool will only get so far, reading this mind. At this Naruto's eyes widened as to hear a voice that's not his own speak. Who I am isn't important right now. For now I'm helping you keep this fool out of our mind, the being said, though he wanted to question it, decided to wait until later. Okay, Naru boy, if it will put your mind at ease, I agree to your terms. If you win your battle with me, I shall free these three from their lonesome prison of souls, Pegasus said, revealing the cards that held the souls of Seto, Makuba, and Solomon. Stance. Pegasus is up to something, Tristan said. I know, and whatever it is Naru and I will pull through, Yugi said, having absolute faith in his brother. I hope Naruto can handle him because throughout the entire tournament, Pegasus has stacked the deck in his own favor every step of the way, Bakura stated. You kidding me? Naruto's gonna kick his ass. When this is all over, Naruto's gonna be the undisputed champion. Pegasus won't even have a clue what hit him, Joey announced. He's right. I know it, he said. As the match is about to start, Tristan snuck off to find Seto and Makuba. Challenger Naruto Yumoto, as per the rules of the Duelist Kingdom tournament, present the card that entitles you to participate, Croquet said as Naruto revealed the glory of the king's opposite hand. So it is. And with that, the stage is set for the final and deciding duel of the Duelist Kingdom tournament. Just as the card you hold is a blank slate, there are no limits to the prize you may quest for your opponent if you're the victor. You can even decide if you wish to take over Mr. Pegasus's company as your reward for winning, Croquet said. Tempting, but I already have a prize in mind, and that is to have my family together. I made a vow at the headstones of my parents that I'll always protect my family even if it kills me, so start the match, and let's end this now, Naruto said as he slammed high deck on the deck slot. Pegasus then begins to explain that the card is blank, but Naruto doesn't care, because to him he'll sell his very soul to the devil to save his family. Duel. Naruto and Pegasus yelled. Naruto vs Pegasus. Naruto Yumoto. 2000. Maximilian Pegasus. 2000. Naruto and Pegasus drew their opening hand, signaling the official start of the tournament. This is it, Pegasus. I lay one card face down and play one monster face down in defense mode, with which I end my turn. Pegasus tried to use his eye to see what Naruto played, but for some reason he couldn't. How is this possible? How can he hide his thoughts from my eye? Pegasus thought it was impossible to do so, but Naruto somehow managed to hide his thoughts. Pegasus then drew from his deck I lay one card face down as well and summon Red Archery Girl, LVL. 4. Attribute. Water. Aqua. ATK. 1400 def. 1500 in defense mode. A mermaid in a clamshell appeared carrying a red bow. The monster saw her opponent and gave a seductive wink, getting a shiver down Naruto's spine and an evil glare from Kasara who floated behind him. Back to you, Naru boy, Pegasus said as he didn't know what he played face down, so opted not to attack. Very well, Naruto then drew from his deck. I flipped the monster I summoned last turn. I revealed the 6 Samurai Cayman, LVL. 3. Attribute. Fire. Warrior effect. Once per turn. You can target one face-up spell trap card. Destroy that target. You must control a face-up 6 Samurai monster with a different name to activate and resolve this effect. This card cannot declare an attack during the turn this effect is activated. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another face-up 6 Samurai monster you control instead. ATK. 1500 def. 1000, and that's not all. I summon the 6 Samurai Yachi, 1300-800 in attack mode, he said as two monsters appeared before Naruto. The first is a samurai in red armor holding a stick of dynamite, while the other is a yellow armor samurai wielding a Yumi bow. But that's not all, Pegasus, as every samurai needs a teachers, and no teacher is greater than this. Since I have one or more 6 samurai monsters with different names, I special summon Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, ATK. 2100 def. 800 in attack mode, he said as he summoned an old man wearing black samurai armor, but his face is stoic as his gaze pierced through Pegasus' soul. Now I activate Yachi's special ability, aim true Yachi and clear the path of traps. Naruto ordered. Yachi readied his bow and fired his arrow, destroying Pegasus's face down, revealing it to be tears of a mermaid. Now Grandmaster attacks the Red Archery Girl. The elder samurai drew his weapon and in the blink of an eye was crouching down, resheathing his weapon. Then as soon as the weapon was fully sheathed, Red Archery Girl fell to pieces. At this, Pegasus gritted his teeth in frustration. Since he couldn't read Naruto's mind, he could prepare a proper counterattack, and that angered him. What's wrong? Pegasus can't read my mind. Naruto asked with a smirk while his demon eye gleamed a menacing red. This caught everyone's attention, especially Bakura, since the spirit of the Millennium Ring had woken up. Big bro, are you okay? Asked a worried Yugi. Naruto then turned to Yugi, revealing the red eye in place of the empty eye socket, shocking Yugi as he remembered that Naruto lost that eye when he saved him all those years ago. Never better, Naruto said with a mix of his own voice and another's voice heard, horrifying everyone. Now then Pegasus, make your move, Naruto said as his control was starting to slip, and Pegasus knew it now. He could see why the boy was destined for the Millennium Eye, he needed it to stabilize his soul. But still he wasn't going to give it up that easily. Very well, it's the moment you've been waiting for. First Ryu-Ran, LVL. 7. Attribute. Fire. Dragon type. ATK 2200 Def 2600 in defense mode and end my turn. Pegasus then summoned a monster that looked like a dragon that refused to leave the safety of its egg. Very well, I draw, Naruto said as he started to regain some level of control, but the internal struggle continued and this worried the 6 samurais. I set a card face down and I summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon, LVL8. Attribute. Light. Dragon type. ATK 3000 Def 2500, he said as he summoned one of the most powerful monsters in the game. The dragon let out a mighty roar as it hit the field. In seeing this, those in the stands cheered. Stands? Yeah. Naruto's ace monster takes center stage, Joey said while doing the man face. Yeah, and with that card on the field, Pegasus will have to play defensively, and if Naruto draws Uriza, then it's all over because of its ability to attack directly, Yugi stated. While this was going on, Bakura snuck away. And not doing the whole Tristan Bakura subplot, just know that the same happens, except the Bakura remains unconscious as to not prevent Naruto from receiving the Millennium Eye. Dueling Ring. Though Blue Eyes' attack with burst stream of destruction show that pretender what a real dragon is like. He said as the Blue Eyes blasted Ryu-Ran, reducing it to dust. I end my turn, Pegasus, it's your move, Naruto said with a smirk that pissed off Pegasus. How dare he make a fool out of me? Pegasus thought as he gritted his teeth in anger. Naru boy, you may have the advantage, but I still have a trick up my sleeve, he said as his Millennium Eye started to glow. What are you talking about? Naruto asked confused. I can take us straight to the Shadow Realm. Pegasus said as a dark mist enveloped the dual ring. Narinai. Naruto-san. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just wait for me on the other side, Naruto said as he gave the group a thumbs up right before the dark mist enveloped him from their sights. Shadow Realm, dual ring. Naruto looked around and only saw darkness surrounding the ring. So, this is the Shadow Realm. Desperate are we, Pegasus? Naruto asked as he felt a sudden sharp pain in his chest. And Nani? Oh, have you begun to feel it? The strain needed to maintain the monsters as in the Shadow Realm. Our monsters are real, so no Kaiba Corporation. Technology, Pegasus said with a smirk, believing he won. Then I must end this now before the strain becomes too much, so make your move, Pegasus, Naruto yelled. Very well, I summon Dark Eyes Illusionist, attribute. Dark level. 2 Spellcaster flip effect. Flip. Target one monster on the field. It cannot attack while this card is face up on the field. ATK. 0 def. 1400 and play one card face down. I end my turn, Pegasus said, ending his turn. I'm ending this now. Draw, Naruto announced as he drew his next card. I activate my face down card. Skill drain, trap continuous. Activate by paying 1000 life points. The effects of all face-up monsters on the field are negated. Well, those monsters are face-up on the field, but their effects can still be activated. At this, Pegasus was horrified to see that card here. How do you possess such a card? Pegasus demanded as ever since he created that card, it went missing as he wanted that card for himself. I found this card one day, but that's a story for another time as I pay 1000 of my life points and negate the effects of every monster on the field, Naruto said. Naruto. 2000, 1000 equals 1000. Pegasus. 2000. No, this cannot be. Pegasus said in pure shock. Pegasus, this is for my dream, for my family, for my friends and everything I hold dear to my heart. You lose, go Blue Eyes, attack and end this duel. Naruto demanded. Then Naruto's dragon opened its maw and shot a white lightning attack at Dark Eyes Illusionist, causing Pegasus's life points to be reduced to 0. Pegasus. 2000, 3000 equals minus 1000. Naruto. 1000. Winner. Naruto Yumoto. The dark mist reveals that Naruto had won against Pegasus. This got cheers from Yugi and his friends. Yeah, he did it. Naruto, Nai, you did it. We knew you could do it. Pegasus was shocked. Shocked that he lost, beaten at his own game. I lost. I, who holds the power of the Millennium Eye, the creator of the game we played. I lost. Pegasus said to himself, but was cut off when he felt a pair of hands grab his collar, revealing to be Naruto, the now crowned king of games. Pegasus, now it's time to keep your promise, Naruto snarled as his appearance reverted back, but had yet to put on his eye patch. Pegasus, in his daze, then noticed the Magatama on the blonde's neck had been shattered and is now fading, and with it along went the 6 samurai cards that were bound to the Magatama. Very well, I'll take you and I'll have the check ready for you also. There is something else I must give you, Pegasus said, getting Naruto's attention. Let's go then, Naruto said as he picked up Pegasus and hit him led the way. As the war was going on, Tristan finally returned with Makuba and an unconscious Bakura. Hey guys, what did I miss? With Naruto and Pegasus. Naruto and Pegasus were in a room standing in front of a desk with the cards holding the souls of Solomon Moto, Sito and Makuba. Pegasus's Millennium Eye then glowed, causing the trapped souls to be returned to their bodies. Their souls have returned to their bodies, Pegasus said as he then pulled an envelope from his shirt pocket and handed it to Naruto. The check for 3 million to save your girlfriend sighed and the final gift from me, he said, revealing the Millennium Eye. This has always been yours, Naruto boy. I've only been in its placeholder until you arrived, as Shadi foretold, Pegasus said, shocking Naruto. Are you sure? Yes, I know of the damage on your soul and that you've been fighting the evil within from taking over, but with this your soul can start to heal, and be sure to check your mail, as I'll be send you a new deck, one that'll help you recover the lost portions of your soul, Pegasus said with no deception to his words. Naruto then nodded and reached for the eye. Yugi and friends. Yugi and his friends followed where Naruto left with Pegasus, but once they reached a stairwell, they saw an unconscious Pegasus being carried by one of his guards. Hey, what's going on? Yugi asked. Master Pegasus used up all his strength during his duel against Naruto, and freeing the souls he held captive, he collapsed, causing Naruto to call for help, Croak said. So that means that Grandpa is okay, Yugi said with happiness in his voice. Yeah, and so are Sito and Makuba, T added. Well, even if I didn't like the rich boy, he still didn't deserve to have his soul removed or his brother taken from him, Joey said, with some sympathy as he too knew that as a big brother himself, he hated the thought of Serenity taken from him like Pegasus did to Makuba. Also, Master Pegasus gave Naruto the check of 3 million, as it was part of Naruto's wish to have his loved one safe, so congratulations Mr. Moto, your brother is now the new king of games, Croak said as he walked off to check on the status of his master. From there, Yugi and friends go up a stairwell to see Naruto standing in the middle of the room with his back turned to them. Hey big bro, Yugi said, getting Naruto's attention. The older blonde turned to the group. Naruto had his eye patch and had a massive smile on his face. I did it, I saved Grandpa, Sito, Makuba, and got the money to save Serenity's side, he said, revealing the 3 now blank soul cards and the envelope containing the check for 3 million. Before anyone could say anything, Yugi reached into his pocket and pulled out a stack of dual monster cards. Big bro, your deck, all of the 6 samurai cards are gone, all that's left are these. I'm sorry, Yugi said, giving the cards to Naruto. The older blonde received the cards from Yugi and had a small sad smile. The Magatama that was around my neck was their anchor keeping them here, and once it was destroyed, they too would fade, and as you can see, he said as he revealed the remains of the Magatama. I'm so sorry big bro, Yugi said, feeling bad that his brother had lost his friends, as Naruto was one of the few capable of seeing dual spirits, and Naruto grew really attached to the 6 samurais, and now that they were gone forever, Naruto had lost many good friends. They knew the risk and were willing to fight at my side no matter the cost, and for that I'll be forever grateful, Naruto said in a somber tone as he pocketed the cards and envelope and walked off, wanting to be alone for a while. As Yugi and his friends watched the older blonde leave the room, they decided to give Naruto some space and decided to do a little investigating. Turns out Pegasus wanted to use the Millennium item to revive his lost lover Cecilia Pegasus, his lover he lost shortly after they married, something both Naruto and Yugi could relate to as they lost their parents very early in their lives. He then went to Egypt to find a means to bring her back and found the Millennium statue, where he then received the Millennium Eye, but was told that he was no more than a placeholder for the real keeper of said item. Now that they got their attention, just who was the true keeper that the one called Shadi referred to. Then he was given the task of bringing back the games of old and thus created Duel Monsters, a game based off the ones ancient Egyptian sorcerers used to play as a means to lure the other Millennium items from hiding. After learning all this, Yugi couldn't help but feel a bit sympathetic to Pegasus. Yeah, he was an A-grade douchebag, but all he ever wanted was to bring his lost lover back because she was taken from him too soon. Joey and Tristan couldn't help but follow little Yugi with feeling a bit sympathetic to Pegasus, but still having a hard time forgiving him for what he did to Sito, Makuba, and Solomon Moto. Alright, everyone, we should check on Sito and Makuba. This whole ordeal must have been very stressful on them, because this whole thing about magical items and soul stealing is probably too much on them, Naruto suggested, as who wouldn't be freaked out about the whole thing. Yeah, plus we should get going and see if Grandpa is alright, Yugi added, wanting to see his grandpa. I can get behind that, Joey chimed, with the others agreeing. I'm Skip. Naruto along with Yugi and his friends meet up with Sito and Makuba in the courtyard nearby, a helicopter ready to take them home. Sito, good to see you up and running despite everything, Yugi said, getting Sito's attention, who then turned to Naruto. I owe you one for saving me and my brother, Naruto, Sito said in his usual tone. Don't worry, I'll let you know when we can call it even, Naruto said with a smirk, causing Sito to growl. Come on big bro. What, after nearly traumatizing you? Hell no, and don't worry, I won't ask for anything too outrageous. I am a fair man after, he said with his usual grin. Fine, let's go home, Makuba. I have some former employees that must be dealt with, Sito growled, as he knew full well Wur was responsible for the kidnapping of his brother. Oh, and if Sito had anything to say, there will be hell to pay. Right behind you, big bro, Makuba said as he followed Sito into the chopper. Well, let's go before we're left behind, Joey said, running to the helicopter. This made the others chase after him as everyone was ready to go home. Amino City, hospital. Solomon Moto was being escorted by one of the nurses to the patient discharge when he heard two familiar voices, Grandpa. This caused Solomon to turn and see his two grandchildren run up to his with tears in their eyes. Or I in Naruto's case. Naruto Yugi, Solomon said as he opened his arms and welcomed his grandsons in a hug. Grandpa, we missed you so much, cried Yugi as he hugged his grandpa. I knew you two will do it, thank you, Solomon said, thanking both Naruto and Yugi for saving him. Not too far from the family, Joey, T, Tristan and Bakura were crying at the touching scene. However, the spirit of Bakura's ring was furious as he missed his chance to steal Pegasus's Millennium Eye, but he looks down and sees that one of the ring's pointers were pointing to Naruto, more specifically his eye patch. This made the spirit grin maliciously, as he still had an opportunity to acquire the eye. But for now, he'll allow the Motos to have their little peaceful family life, that is until he violently rips it apart. What if Naruto x Serenity Yugioh Konoha end here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.